Do do do. Do 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 do. Oh, do excuse me. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you tuning in this evening. How is everybody as we head on into the weekend? Hello guys and welcome to the stream, for those of you just tuning in. Oh, how is everybody today? Let's see what's going on in the chat so far. Bear with me, my dashboard appears to be playing up at the moment, but hopefully everything will be sorted out momentarily. There we go. Everything's now working. Hopefully, of course, if you guys, of course, want to drop any messages in the chat. Oh my goodness, that's always a good start to the evening, isn't it? When I can't even English. But yes, hopefully, any messages you guys now put in the chat, I'll be able to see. But yes, thank you for joining me this evening. We're probably about 5 to 10 minutes away from go time for the first of the quarterfinals for the ERSL. Today's matchup sees Black Angels take on Vortex Gaming in a best of 3 to decide who will make it through into the semi-finals and who will fall behind and end up being stuck in the playoff bracket. Well, not the playoff bracket, sorry, the losers bracket as part of the post-season. But yes, how is everybody today? Hey, Chanka, how you doing? Good afternoon, buddy. So let's just get that one pinned. Perfect, and get that one pinned. Cool. Apologies for the silence, ladies and gentlemen. To be fair, I'm sort of saving myself at the moment. Good evening, Julian PO4. Hello, I'm doing well. How are you? I'm good, thank you. Glad to hear you're doing well. And also, a thank you very much for dropping me a follow while we were offline. Same also goes to Jacket Potato, or Potatio, and also Midget Man Games 1. Thank you, all three of you, for the follows while I was offline. Thank you very much for joining the Elementals. And thank you to you, especially Julian, for popping by today, and of course those other two, if they are also in the chat right now. Welcome along to today's stream. Hopefully we are destined for some interesting action coming out of this one today, as we do have the first of our quarter-finals getting underway with this one. And we'll be kicking everything off as soon as possible. We currently have all members of Black Angels in the lobby, but we're just waiting for the remaining members of Vortex and also the maps to be sorted out. Perfect, just having a check. So, map number 1, we will be going to Chalet. Black Angels will start on the defense, and Black Angels will also defend in the overtime. The second map we will be seeing today, which we definitely will be seeing, will be that of Oregon. Black Angels will defend first, with Vortex Gaming defending on overtime as well. The deciding map between the two is just being decided right now, as all map bans and picks are being done in the lobby, so that is still just being sorted out right now, and then that'll all get sorted out. Putting a link on the IG right now. Thank you very much, Chanka. Greatly appreciate it, man. Thanks for giving me a shout out on your Instagram. Hi Callum, how you doing? Hi Franco, I see you in chat. I used to be in this league, lol. Remember the days? Hey Shams, how you doing, buddy? Cyborg, is Maz playing? Hey SBRX, how you doing, buddy? Cyborg, in answer to your question, I don't believe Maz is playing this evening because I don't think he's part of the Vortex Gaming roster anymore. So unfortunately, I don't think he is playing. I believe he's now on the Counteract roster instead, so he's swapped across. I think he still acts in sort of like a managerial role for the Vortex Gaming team, but I don't think he actually plays for them anymore. Glad to hear you're good, SPRX. I'm also alright this evening. Like I say, alright, I've had a bit of a long day, but thank goodness it's the weekend. I have no more work left for this week. I just have to well, I've got my own quarterfinal to be playing tomorrow. Hope you guys, of course, are interested in popping along and watching that game tomorrow. That will be streamed over on Why Joshua's channel. And yeah, hopefully that should be a good game as well. But for tonight's game, hopefully this one will be good. Like I say, I'm just a little bit tired, but hopefully, of course, as everything heats up and we actually get into the game, hopefully all my energy levels will return. I'm sure they will, and we'll get all the exciting matchup between these two teams underway and the ball rolling. Charlie Rainbow 6, welcome to the chat, my dude. Which side is Vortex? The Vortex side is the blue side. The blue side. So there you go. So yes, the first map we will be seeing today is Chalet. Black Angels will be starting on the defense in both overtime and the beginning round. So everything is set up and ready there. So all I've got to do now... Why is Chalet in the map pool now? It was updated by the admins. It was decided that Chalet would be included and Theme Park would be taken out to align with the current EUL, NAL, APAC, all of the main Pro League leagues. The fact that now Chalet is within the map pool. So that was decided. And of course, we are slightly out of sync with when our season is, but the decision was made by some of the admins that they wanted Chalet being brought in instead of Theme Park. So here we are today going to be watching this one. Because it is a new edition, I will give myself a small disclaimer before we get everything underway. Hey Maz, how you doing, buddy? I will give myself a small disclaimer. I don't know Chalet very well. That's all I'm going to say. So if my call-outs are absolute dog shit, I do apologise, but hopefully they will be alright. Anyway, I'm going to get a prediction underway nice and early on. Game 1 win. Will it go to Black Angels? Spelt it Angles because I'm special. Or will it be Vortex that take the first game win? So to give you guys a quick rundown of what you will be seeing this evening, it is a best of 3. Be a best of 3 between these two teams. The two maps that we will definitely be seeing will be the likes of Chalet and Oregon, but a deciding map of, Coastline will be played if required. Perfect. Anyway, we now have everybody in the lobby, so fingers crossed we should be able to get everything underway nice and quickly. I just need to make sure that make sure everybody is ready before, of course, we set off on this one. But as soon as you get things underway, hopefully you guys will be in for some awesome Siege tonight. Like I say, best of 3, we could see the full 3 matches. We'll certainly be here a while if we do, but we'll just have to wait and see on this one. I see ERXCV, how you doing, buddy? I will show the ranks shortly. Hey, Krusty, how you doing? Chalet is beautiful. Hey, Bibish, how you doing? Careful, Maz, don't abuse your admin privileges. That Cairo kid is a Randy, if you say so. Christy, there's a 60-40 chance I'll be shouted at by my dad if this goes to 10 PM. Fair enough. Well, we'll try and get it over with nice and quickly. But Christy, you might want to hop out of chat since, of course, you are taking part. Spectre Batty is currently a gold 3, sorry, not plat 3. Game on, unranked. Christy, plat 3. Diamond, Cairo's already managed to hit Diamond. Congrats to him. Plat 3 on Unflickable. Plat 1 on Kinks. Plat 2 on Psycho. Unranked, not God. Kaylee's Plat 2. And Federico is Plat 2 as well. Looks like we do have a few connection errors, so we're just going to get that sorted out nice and quick. But then we will get that all sorted for you. I have a ready from Black Angels. I'm just waiting for now a ready from Vortex Gaming. As soon as I get that, and of course we actually have all full 5 players in the lobby, we will get things underway for you this evening, ladies and gentlemen, and hopefully we will be having an interesting matchup between the two. So far, we've only had a few people voting, but Chanka, Rainbow Six Chanka, has gone big, putting 1.8k of his channel points on Vortex to win this one. So we'll just have to wait and see whether that will come to fruition or whether you guys will get load of, what's the word? A load of extra channel points. Goodness me, I'm losing my train of thought this evening. Anyway, 1 second while I just check a few things for you lovely people before we get things underway. Yo, Maz, can you go to DMs a second, please? I'm just dropping you a message. There we go, and Flickable is now back in the lobby. We're just waiting for a couple of confirmations to come through. I need one from Vortex Gaming, so that they're ready to go. Just checking something else. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. I just need to check a couple of things ahead of this one. But as soon as I have completed this, we should be getting everything underway. Coolio, there we go. I've just confirmed everything, and I have a ready from the. I need a ready from at Vortex. Are we ready? They're all showing us ready. I just need to fully confirm that, and as soon as I have that confirmation, we will get the ball rolling on this one. Thank you for all the pogs, Franco. Thank you for highlighting them as well. Ooh, seems everybody's got a nice little split at the moment. Oh dear, we seem to still be having some connection issues with a couple of members. Krusty, who's lagged out? I think Kyra's a fragger, I think so as well. Oh no, right, easy way to get your account banned as well. True that. Bum bum bum. So far though, we do have the channel points vote though going sort of 50-50 almost at the moment. 56 though to Vortex over the 44 to Black Angels. Still though, the only person voting on the side of Vortex is Chanka. He's put big money on this one. The rest of you though have of course accumulated your points to sort of bring up the points, but it's almost not quite matching yet, and currently we are 56% to 44%. Will that even out? And of course, who will take this map number one? Who do you guys as well think who will take the best of three? Will it be done in 2 maps? Will we go to the full 3? There you go. Connor's already put his prediction in. Vortex going 2-1 over the best of 3. And Black Angels will win this map 7-3. There you go. The man with all the predictions has just come through. Christy, I can't say that to you. I'm sorry, bud. But Chanka doing a giveaway of his channel points. Fair play, Franco. Anyway, now that Game On has joined back into the lobby, we'll just have to wait and get the go-ahead from the Vortex Gaming side. But as soon as we have that confirmation, we will be getting underway as everybody from Black Angels is here and ready. Go on, Inspector Batty. Droppers are ready. We're ready now. Perfect. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in watching this first game between Vortex Gaming and Black Angels. Takes us to Chalet, the first map of our best of 3 this evening. Will we see 2 maps? Will we see all 3? For now, though, let's just focus on the first one, which is that of Chalet. One that's not really been played too much so far in this league. We've only seen it pop up a couple of times within the rotation. I think I've certainly scrimmed it more recently than I've actually played it with. Well, I certainly know that Paradox haven't played it at all within the league so far, but I do believe we have seen 1, if not 2 games played on this map so far. Certainly going to be an interesting one today. Probably the most unknown map with regards to, of course, us getting a prediction of which team will win, because it is so unknown to both the teams. They've never really played it in a comp situation, and they certainly haven't seen either of the, well, either team hasn't seen the other one play on this map, certainly in this league. They may have played it on others, and that might be why maybe one team over the other, of course, feels like they might have a bit of advantage, or they've just prepared it, because it is a map that, of course, a lot of teams are not maybe going to be as comfortable with, so we'll just have to wait and see on this one. Anyway, something even more on the line than, of course, the semi-final position will be the honour of Black Angels. What I mean by that is the fact that they have currently finished the group stages with an unbeaten record. Not quite as good as the unbeaten record on the side of RNS that saw them catapult themselves to the top of the standings and, of course, see themselves straight through to the grand final, but they certainly have gone through unbeaten. They have no losses to their name yet. Will Vortex Gaming be able to break that chain of events today? Or will we see the likes of Black Angels continue this unbeaten streak all the way through into the semis? And then maybe from there, from the semis into the finals, where they will face off against RNS, and it'll be the two heavyweights, the unbeaten rivals, going at it head-to-head again. We'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, the bands coming out are the Thatcher, Ace, Ella, and Cade. Thatcher and the Cade, of course, are two bands that you normally see together. Of course, once you've got rid of that Thatcher, most people like to get rid of the Cade, because, of course, trying to get rid of a Cade off a wall without a Thatcher can be quite difficult. There's certainly some places that Cade claws can be put that they're quite difficult to find, or certainly quite hidden, maybe indestructible in certain locations. So, of course, getting rid of him as well means that the Bandit or the Mute has to be used on that wall. Maybe even the Aruni as well, since she is now in play. So we'll just have to wait and see on that one. But yes, Bandit and Mute are the main wall denial operators going to be bought. We did see Kaylee starting to bring it along, but has now swapped onto the Castle, leaving Not God instead on the Mute. The Ace and the Elaban. Ace, of course, sometimes being a relatively regular pick nowadays, just, of course, to get rid of some of those smokes off the board and force the attackers into bringing a few different hard breachers. Of course, then you've mainly got Maverick, you've got Thermite, and you've also got Hibana. Most people would then opt for the Thermite, which, of course, Ace is arguably better than Thermite in some regards, because, of course, you don't have to be directly against the wall that you're trying to breach. Of course, Thermite actually has to run up to the wall, place the charge down, and blow it up. He's a lot easier to trick than an Ace as well. So maybe that's what is playing on the minds of Black Angels here, is they're thinking, if we're going to be tricking these walls with the Bandit, or with the Mute, or whatever they decide to do, trying to trick a Thermite is a lot easier than trying to trick an Ace. And also, a Hibana is quite easily trickable as well. So maybe that is the line of thought that they're going to. Anyway, the first site that they're going to will be the Games and the Bar Room on the middle floor. Certainly an unexpected site. Certainly looks like they've maybe got a few plans with this one, as they have actually bought both the Castle and the Mirror, of course, to do some setups within site. You've got the Mirror in this small little box room at the back. I'm not 100% sure what it's called, but it is impregnable. It's got a hard roof above it, it's got a hard floor below it, and the only way is through either of these two walls. Of course, the easiest one to maybe get to is get this wall here, but with Ace taken off the board, this is quite a strong position, as there's no way that any gadgets can be placed on it apart from a Hibana, which the side of Vortex Gaming has not bought. We do currently have two roamers, one of which is the Malusi, I believe. No, the Jaeger of Kinks upstairs, also joined by the Castle of Kaylee at the top of blue. As we do now see Vortex Gaming pushing in over the piano side. A drone coming through does give away the position of the Castle at the top of the blue stairs. Zofia now opening up that wall for the Jackal that is now swinging the top of the blue stairs. Free fires coming through, not quite being able to land onto anybody yet, but Kinks currently playing at the top of the fireplace stairs. Does start taking a few shots. Shots now coming through from the window from the Ash of Game On. Does manage to take a bit of damage off of Kinks, but doesn't manage to put him down on his arse just yet. Another swing now coming out as Kaylee pushes back up the blue stairs. The Zoff has now pushed up further. She's holding a cheeky angle right now. That is Krusty, who's once again being very aggro. Very similar to the previous round. Kaylee, though, picks up the first kill onto Kylo. Krusty manages to refrag, though, straight away onto Kaylee, taking him out of the equation. It's now a 4v4. Psycho and Kinkso have taken quite a lot of damage on their relative roams, of course, being left on about 10-15 health on Psycho's side and 25 on the side of Kinks. Could prove critical later on when they come into maybe some gunfights. You do still have two members of Vortex Gaming upstairs, but now it does look like now they have this top floor control. They're starting to push downstairs. But as a C4 comes up from Psycho, manages to take out Inspector Batty. That's one kill going back in favour of the Black Angels side. Not quite sure where that C4 even came from. It must have been pre-placed for a while, and of course the sound call went and blew the man up in the fireplace hall. We do now see, though, Krusty snaking his way through, trying to find the Malusi that's playing over at the bottom of Trophy Stairs. Currently not much intel, really, over in this direction, but now he swings a corner. Caesar gets the double kill and also takes Psycho out of the game. Pushes back upstairs to see if there's any more people playing around, but currently we do still have two members of the Black Angel side just sat in sight. One of them is not God, who claims himself a kill, but Unflickable instantly gets a refrag back onto Kinks. It's now a 2v2 situation with the remaining 2 members of Black Angels just currently sat safely on in the site. With 15 seconds left, though, Vortex Gaming have to start to attack. Federico cleanly takes the head off Krusty, dropping from the fireplace hall. Now crossfire is had between the remaining 2 members of Black Angels, and Flickable has to do something insane here to win this one. Only 2 seconds left on the clock. Malusi is slowing him, and a swing from Federico finishes him off, putting his ass on the floor and winning the round for Black Angels. First round of this first map going in favour of the Black Angels team. Will this continue through right until the very end, or will we see a comeback from Vortex as we continue on? I do believe this is Black Angels' pick for their map, so of course it's more comfortable on this one, so we may have to see Vortex Gaming, of course, bringing it back in the second map, which will be Oregon. But for now, though, we are only 1 site down. There's not really too much that you can tell from it so far, apart from the fact that Black Angels are just very good at trading those kills forward and through, managing to pick up a couple of kills, despite the fact that some of their members, Kinks and Psycho especially, were on such low health. Psycho using the indirect damage from the C4 to be able to take out one of the players on the side of Vortex Gaming, allowing himself to get the kill despite the fact that he was such low health. If he'd got into a gunfight, he maybe wouldn't have won it due to that low health situation, so of course being able to throw that C4 out instead and claim the kill safely by keeping all of his health, of course meant a very good trade for him and his team, which left them in very good situation. 2v2 right at the dying seconds of it, and after a quick little kill from Federico, it is then the 2v1 with a nice cross being held. I don't think that Unflickable would have been able to win that one at all. He gave it his best, but unfortunately, with those sorts of angles being held by the side of Black Angels, they played time as they needed to, and of course managed to get the W on that first round. Second site we do now see them going to is the top floor, the master bedroom, and the... what office is this called? Let's have a look. Federico is in here. What's it called? It's just called office. It's just an office. It's not a specific office. It's just an office. So that's cool. Anyway, no rotate being made between the 2 sites at this point in time. We may see that being put in place slightly later on. At the moment, they are just focusing around, of course, opening up other rotates. Instead, they have a small one into this small closet right here, on into the master bedroom. Already we do see aggression being applied by the side of Vortex Gaming. Game On has gone below and opened up the wall at the bottom of K9, so of course there's no wall denial that can be used there, but no wall denial has actually been bought on the side of Black Angels. They obviously just wanted to put these reinforcements in the way, so of course somebody has to go in. And with the thermite being bought, he has to physically walk up to that wall and place the breaching charge on it, which of course means it makes him liable to a swing, a flank, any sort of player who manages to get behind him and might be able to pick up the kill. Currently at the moment I believe it is Kinks. Yeah, Kinks is on the wide roam all the way on the ground floor. He might be able to pick up the likes of either Krusty. It looks like Krusty is on a drone. Yes, indeed, Krusty is on a drone at the bottom of Split. He might be about to come face to face with the Jaeger, but a fortunately timed Jackal scan does manage to scan out exactly where Kinks is coming from. That was very fortunate for Krusty. Had no idea that he was there. Managed to pick up the first kill onto this one. Aggression has been applied onto the K9 wall as the thermite has now been able to get that wall open. But now the side of Black Angels just plays a little bit passively. They've got a couple of shields to play behind. Of course, the Wamai has his half-wall position to just sit behind, and he has his Wamai gadgets to keep him safe from as many flashes as possible. But not all of them, as you now see a couple of members trying to swing. The Jackal tries to swing the angle on the breach, but doesn't quite manage to land the shots on Psycho. Is anybody watching Psycho's ass, though? Yes, indeed, we do have the Castle of Kaylee just sat here waiting on the half wall for somebody to push through. A flank could be the call right now, as they have opened hatch, but Krusty managed to pick himself up, but a double getting the head of Federico. He was playing in the piano room. As now Callie pushes up to take the angle, manages to get a clean little shot onto the head of Krusty. Doesn't quite see the Ash hiding behind the Gora shield though, and is easily taken out by the likes of Game On. Game On there goes to the flank and manages to pick up a Psycho. Unflickable is now in planting on the half-wall position. Not God is now left in a 1v4 situation. Quite dire circumstances. He does see the Maverick, but shots whiff, and Game On with a swing from the rotate takes out Not God, securing the second round for Vortex Gaming. A very much back and forth so far between these two teams after only 2 rounds have passed. Also, from having a quick look at the predictions from you guys so far, most of your channel points have now gone on for Black Angels to win this one. Obviously, of course, the predictions presented by Connor in the chat earlier may have taken you, a lot of you may have taken to heart, and of course believe that that is the way the scoreline will go. You do only have 3 minutes left to, of course, make your final decision if you haven't already voted, and of course if you have, you can put a few more channel points into the pot if you so wish. However, once you've done that, you won't be able to get them back. Well, you will if you win, but you won't if you lose. And currently at the moment, Shankar is the only person who has put lots of money on Vortex. So hopefully he's sat there with his fingers crossed, hoping that he gets all of the channel points that you guys have been put on Black Angels, because that's what will happen right now. Of course, if a few more people vote with Shankar, then those points will be shared about if, of course, Vortex can get the win on this one. Whoever voted for BAE, says Maz. Well, a lot of people, Maz. There are 6 people who voted with about 9.7k on the channel points. So there you go, Ruby Bruiser, Italia 100,000. Well said, my dude.
10 seconds left before insertion.
Once again, the top floor will be the site that the side of Black Angels will be trying to hold. Hopefully they have a little bit more luck this time, opting to not bring the Goyo shields this time and instead have no shields, in fact. So I believe they swapped onto the mute instead. Of course, those mute jammers can be very useful, but at the same time they're maybe not quite as useful as a solid shield to sit behind and keep yourself safe. But we'll just have to wait and see whether this hold comes up any better this time. Looks like a Solarian push this time, as we do see 2 members on the side of Vortex are just pushing into the basement hallway. Currently being droned in at the moment, it is Krusty and Cairo pushing up together into the west main entrance. Oh, they just have to work out what's going on here. The hatch is being opened, trying to see if they can get any early picks onto it, but nobody dares peek it just yet. The Ash of Game On is currently sat on the double window, just watching that rotate, waiting to see if anybody's foolish enough to walk in front. Meanwhile, though, Inspector Batty is just droning below as Krusty managed to pick himself up another opening frag. This one through the hatch onto that rotate. An unfortunate player to be picked up, that of Psycho. Of course, he's probably only been able to place 1 or 2 of his Wamai devices. And of course, the more he can place down, the more useful he will be to his team. Going back upstairs, though, we do see Kaylee taking quite a bit of, well, getting into a bit of a gunfight with the Ash on the double window. She has now fallen off. But still, shots coming out from Go, getting the mute jammer off of the small vault wall. As the Solarian push has now come out, the Thermite has gone through, C4 gone through, doesn't manage to get any damage onto any of the players over on that side. But now with 4 of the Vortex Gaming players focused around the Solarian side, 1 of course on the double window, this looks like where the push is going to come through and the plant is going to try and be forced down. They need to realise, though, that Kaylee is playing super close, just currently sat in the closet. He does see the lights of Inflickable going for the plant. Unfortunately, not quite able to kill him. A friendly down there coming out from the side of Vortex Gaming. The Thermite is able to crawl away as the Jackal just holds the angle, waiting, of course, for this castle to do something. A pre-fire, though, manages to get Kaylee out of the picture and now left in a 3v4 situation. All the members of Black Angels are currently stuck on the other side of the map. Federico pushes up aggressively. Doesn't manage to get anybody, but there he does. A beautiful C4 throw does manage to get Unflickable, but Cairo gets that refrag straight back. Krusty also collects Not God, and Kinks is now left in a 1v4 situation. He does manage to get Krusty, but Game On from the double window shoots him in the back. And round number 3, the second round for Vortex Gaming, falls in their favour. What was nice to see there coming out from the likes of Vortex Gaming was, of course, a complete change-up on their assault this time. They decided that, you know what? We pushed K9 last time, let's go for a Solarian push. So just a completely different change up. We did see a bit of change up coming from the side of Black Angels, but of course it maybe didn't work out as much as they might have hoped. Maybe not having those shields was actually quite a big downfall for them, but either way they maybe weren't quite anticipating the full force of Vortex going onto the Solarium side. They weren't quite ready for it, but Vortex certainly executed that to perfection, getting the members of the team that they needed below to, of course, get that mute jammer off the wall so they could open up the Solarian wall. And from there, they just played casually. They just sat there. They, of course, had someone on double window. There was no one really contesting it. And, of course, with that early opening pick going the way of Krusty, did, of course, mean that they had the early advantage going into that one and were just able to force it through on into sight, slowly withering Black Angels down until they were able to take the win. Just refrag after refrag until they got the victory. Very well done on Vortex on that one. Due to playing top floor twice now and having lost it both times, Black Angels do now find themselves going down to the wine cellar and the snowmobile garage. a site that most teams do like to go to, either as their first or certainly second site. So maybe one that they can perform slightly better at. We'll see whether, of course, any bandit tricks are going to be used onto the main snowmobile garage wall, or instead will they all be applied on this side, on the wine cellar, trying to, of course, hold these walls. A Twitch drone already in sight manages to pop the mirror. That's a very early advantage going the way of, of Vortex Gaming. Also, a mirror being placed on the double window. Maybe not exactly the play that I would have personally gone for, but you never know. This might work out for the likes of Kaylee and the rest of the team. Flash is coming out. Kaylee is now completely blind though as a nade comes through, trying to burn off some of that utility. It now happens. The mirror window has now been broken though. Just trying to stop them, of course, getting that wall. The second Twitch drone is now in. Of course, no mirror window to get this time Twitch. So we'll just have to wait and see what that one. Only two people at the moment focused on the other side. Meanwhile, Federico is above and has just been down from the main door. This time by Christie, once again picking himself up that early opening frag. Christie is playing incredibly well today and, of course, showing up big so far for his team. Game on the top floor, roam clear at the moment. Doesn't look like he's going to come into any threats at all. Also joined by the likes of Cairo on the Jackal, looking for those footprints. The only member who's even vaguely close to top floor is that of Psycho, currently playing around the dining room position. If, of course, he can roam successfully without being picked up by that Jackal, then he might be able to pick himself up a cheeky little double kill right here. But probably the feet are being scanned right now. And if not, they certainly haven't found them yet. Yellow footprints being found by the Jackal. Now the scan comes out, and they all already know exactly where this Jaeger is a Psycho. Game on instantly able to collect on that information, picking himself up a cheeky Jaeger kill. And the last three remaining members of Black Angels are now finding themselves situated and pincered on into sight. The bandit is playing behind the shelving unit at the bottom of the main stairs. The mirror is playing behind her broken window, doing what she can. And three people are currently trying to push on into wine cellar. It's going to be a very difficult hold for the likes of Black Angels, but it can be done. Some good shots, some good big plays from both sides, but of course come up big. Kaylee though does get downed by the likes of Kyrie as he pushes in, not got able to manage to trade that one back. Kinks picks himself up another one as well. It's now a 3v3. Game on pushes in, collects himself a kill. It's now a 1v1. Kinks though gets himself another double kill, a headshot cheekily onto Game on. Now left in a 1v2 situation. Unflickable going for that plant. And Inspector Batty just covering him. C4 going out, but it's not quite deep enough into sight. Doesn't realise exactly where the thermite's planted from. And a pre-fire from Inspector Batty as he swings, looking into connector, collects the head of Kinks. And round number 4 goes in favour of Vortex Gaming. 3 rounds on the board for them so far in this attacking half. Some very good, well-structured assaults coming out from the team. Able to just pick apart the side of Black Angels. Certainly a very critical pick so far. Firstly is, of course, the intel on the side of Vortex Gaming, being able to advise or just maybe give a little bit of luck to the likes of Christie, who seems to have been going in face first as the Twitch. He's been able to pick up the opening frag on all 3 of the rounds that they've won so far. I believe possibly also in the very first round as well he was able to pick up the opening frag. So it looks like they certainly have very good intel for as he's pushing in, but on top of that, later on in the round, they also have the Jackal helping them clear out those roamers, and currently, the side of Black Angels don't really have anything to answer for this. They're being picked up with their footprints, and unfortunately they're being taken care of quite easily without too much resistance, as certainly the roamers are pushing round in pairs. Well, the roamers aren't in pairs, the roamers are on their own, and the roam clear is in pairs. So any sort of aggression that might be applied from the side of Black Angels is just being completely shut down, because even if they were to pick up 1 kill, the instant refrag would be right there, because the 2 players that are searching for those roamers are able to very quickly pick them up. The games room and the bar are the site of choosing once again for the Black Angels side. Once again also bringing that mirror and using her on the 2 walls as they did last time. Excuse me. Oh, goodness me. Yeah, so far Vortex Gaming looking very dominant on this one. Game on already jumping onto the main door, opening 2 of those castle barricades very early on. Managing to, of course, get rid of that utility, burn it nice and quick. And now drones are coming out on the top floor, trying to find the 2 roamers that are situated themselves up here. Currently we have the Castle, who has located himself behind the Harful, but we also have the Jaeger of Kinks playing at the top of the fireplace. The mezzanine balcony, whatever you guys want to call it. I certainly call it the fireplace balcony. But no, it's Mezzanine. Oh, Kings managed to collect the head of game on. A good opening pick from there. Also collects head of Cairo. Almost got himself collateral, but finished it off by collecting himself a double on the K9 window, collecting 2 heads in the process. Very well done to Kinks there, giving his team a very good opening advantage on this one. Certainly playing downstairs in this games and bar site does give the side of Black Angels a lot of freedom on the roam. They're of course not so limited as they might be. Certainly playing on the top floor is a lot easier when you're on the roam than of course playing on floors below or the same floor as you are playing around. Kinks are currently being flashed and smoked out at the moment as the bit of aggression is being applied by the thermite from the balcony. Currently though, they're just droning him out trying to find out exactly where he is for the calls. Krusty though has pushed in deeper. Currently sat behind the piano just waiting for some further calls on the location of the castle that finds himself located in here. Shots coming out though from the lights of Kinks do open the door nearby him, alerting Krusty to his presence. But will Krusty be able to of course pick him up? Kaylee is just biding his own time currently behind the half wall, just waiting as long as he can until somebody starts pushing in. But currently the Hibana and the, Thermites have decided to just completely GTFO and are pushing into Trophy, now pushing up to the top Solarium, and will be joining up with the likes of Krusty, currently sat in the piano room and beginning their push from this location. Shots coming out onto Inspector Batty from the lights of the castle do a lot of damage onto him. He's now about 25 health. But Inspector Batty has now been injured in this gunfight. Kinks has now joined in the fray as he managed to pick himself up a triple. Krusty though does put a stop to that, meaning the man cannot get an ace or even a quad at this point. Kaylee though still holding the cheeky angle from half wall. The 2 remaining members of Vortex do know that the man is here, but 2 lining up perfectly for him. A headshot followed by a body shot takes out Unflickable and Krusty. Kaylee secures himself a double and a round for Black Angels. A very nice lineup there, of course, for the castle sat behind the half wall. Basically, those 2 final kills just gifted to him. But of course, he did need to capitalise on it, and that's exactly what he did. Oh, excuse me. Site now being chosen by Black Angels as they feel they held it slightly better is that of Wine Cellar Snowmobile Garage, or maybe it's just because they've only lost it once, while the top floor they did lose twice. This being their final round though on the defense, they need to of course finish it as strongly as they can, which right now would be a 3-3 split with the side of Vortex, before of course we do see these 2 teams swap sides and Vortex head onto the defense and Black Angels head on to the offense. This time, no mirror in sight on the side of Black Angels, instead opting to bring, I believe, the Legion. Federico will be opting in with that operator. And we also see the Melusi being brought along once again, I believe once again. Or do correct me if I am wrong. Exactly how they're going to try and counter the walls being open this time will remain to be seen. There is a Twitch still on the board in the form of Krusty. But alongside this, they do also have the likes of Maverick, Ash, but but also nades on side of Maverick, so exactly what will be used right here. But a mute jammer has been placed, but can it actually be got by that Twitch drone? Yes indeed it can. The Twitch drone has managed to get the mute jammer off of the drone hall and the wall, meaning of course it can now go in, but does get spotted by the Legion. He's trying to run away, but unfortunately Krusty loses his first Twitch drone on that aggressive push. The Maverick and the Thermite being the 2 operators that will be pushing onto this Snowmobile Garage, also being joined by the likes of Krusty, who will likely be droning in and trying to get it. Jackal though currently upstairs droning out for the library, hoping that no one of course is going to be doing a run out from this position, but also trying to find any roamers that might be lurking upstairs and above. Currently though, no members from Black Angels are higher than the 1st floor, as we currently see the likes of, I believe, Kinks. Yes indeed, Kinks on the Bandit. No active Bandit trick coming out here, as the Bandit is instead on the roam, currently sat in the dining room behind the half wall in that position. And also Psycho is currently located partway up the blue stairs. The remaining 3 members of Black Angels are in sight, all on their different sides. Currently we do see the Melusi of Kaylee waiting for a push through the car garage on the northernmost side of the map. The main wall has now been opened by the Thermite breach. Looks like the wall wasn't even fully reinforced. There was even one side that was actually soft still. Very strange setup there from Black Angels, of course, maybe anticipating that the wall would get open either way, so just making it that little bit easier. But Federico falls early. What was this once again to the likes of Christie? No, indeed it wasn't. King so able to pick up the refrag onto his friendly, who was being attacked so aggressively in the fireplace hall. Kinks collects off another as Psycho picks himself up another one. Federico's now been picked up, and we now find ourselves in a 5v2 situation. The two remaining members of Vortex, well, certainly one of them, Inspector Batty, is currently located on the snowmobile garage wall. Cairo is located above, currently found some footprints that do seem slightly suspicious, so he scans and works out his shoe size and is like, damn, that's a big shoe size. Finds the bandit elsewhere on the roam, but of course everybody from the Black Angel side is now back on in sight where it's mostly safe, covering each other's angles, so it's going to make it very difficult for the side of Vortex to push in once they have the diffuser, which they now do, and pick them up without, of course, getting refragged. Inspector Batty's starting to push down the main stairs. Does see one. Shot's not quite managing to land well enough onto the mute of Not God. He does now run into Malusi at the top of the main stairs. Kaylee managed to pick him up with a headshot. Kaylee also collecting another one, means it's a flawless round for Black Angels. What a way for them to finish their defensive half before we head onto the offense. A full 3-3, an even split after 6 rounds between these two teams, as we now see them swap roles, and Vortex go onto the defense, and Black Angels head onto the offense. Certainly this map is proving to be an interesting one between these two teams, both seeming equally good at the defense but equally good at the offense so far. Will, of course, when these roles are reversed, will we see Black Angels have as much have as much, God, my brain can't function tonight, goodness me. Will we see the likes of Black Angels, of course, having as much momentum coming into this one off of that flawless win? And will they prove to be just as good? Will they prove to be just as good on their attack as they have proven themselves to be on a couple of their defences? Or will we now see Vortex Gaming come alive on the defence? Is this their stronger side, so they left it for last? See where they could get with their attack and then swap onto the defence instead and hopefully hold it very well. A complete difference between these two teams does see Vortex Gaming opting to go for the office and master bedroom site as their first option, rather than going either down on the ground floor in the bar and games room, which is of course Black Angel's choice, or of course the ground floor for the wine cellar and the snowmobile garage. I've had a request to have a quick look at the scoreboard, so that's exactly what we will do. So far, Kinks and Krusty, each for their team, doing bits, almost an identical score from both of them. Krusty with 8 kills, same for Kinks as well. Game On currently sat at 6 kills for his team, while Kaylee is sat at 6 for theirs. These two scoreboards are almost identical, but I think the bit that really shows us why we're currently sat on a 3-3 split is the fact that Psycho and Not God have got one more kill than Inflickable and Inspector Batty so far. Maybe on this defensive switch we will see a complete switch between these two teams, and they will of course maybe perform slightly better on their different sites, different roles, but that will remain to be seen. Shots already being done onto 2 members of the Vortex Gaming team. Game On taking a bit of damage, and so does Cairo. I believe they're both around the trophy window that was sprayed down by the likes of Federico, possibly picking himself up 2 assists right there and then. Not God is currently on the rappel, just droning in where he can. Do they have anything watching their run out? No, they don't. Of course, an impact nade and a run out could easily pick up the thermite here and get rid of quite a useful operator, but no members on the side of Vortex Gaming are roaming far enough away. Currently, the Malusi of Cairo is just sat on the half wall in the dining room, just waiting for someone to either drone or push on in, take advantage of this. The Iana clone now comes to acting as a very active drone and sounding just like a person coming through. Gets shot out by the likes of Cairo, as damage is now done back onto the likes of Kinks, who tried to capitalise on that information. But no, Game On at the top of the main stairs picks himself up the opening frag onto Federico, as pushing up the Solarian stairs far too aggressively and easily taken out from that position. A Nomad charge now being placed at their bottom flank on the split heading into Trophy, trying to deny those rotates from the side of Vortex. We do likes of Cairo still on this roam downstairs, fell off for a little bit but is now trying to edge slowly back towards where the push is coming through from in Trophy. If of course he gets a good flank here and gets the timing just right, he may pick himself up a double or even better right now. The Ash is completely oblivious, but the timing is just off for the likes of Cairo. Isn't able to capitalise on the kill. Manages to get himself one though. The head of Kaylee falling off as she tries to swing the corner, expecting someone from this angle but not quite knowing exactly where Cairo is coming from. The Ash of Kinks now contesting onto it but not able to find anybody, as we do see Not God still on this Solarian Repel. Psycho has swapped onto the double window repel, or somehow not managing to eat too much damage from that smoke. Now manages to walk into it and takes a bit of damage. King so managed to pick up a kill for his team as they now begin pushing in. A Nomad charge goes off below. Thermite looks around, trying to look towards it. I believe that was lights of Cairo who got knocked over by it. Yes, indeed. Currently playing below. Still a C4 in hand. C4 going off. Does collect lights of Kings who have been down by a friendly. Second kill going the way of Cairo, being collecting another one. This one also picked up by the lights of Krusty, as now we do see the 1v4 as Psycho is left in this unadvantageous position. With 15 seconds left on the clock, he has to make something happen here, or just decide to try and save his life. A pre-fire coming out, doesn't quite manage to hit the head of the Malusi, and with time ticking away, it's just seeing whether he can get anybody here, but a pistol whip from Cairo finishes Psycho off and collects the first of the defensive rounds for the Vortex team. 4 rounds to 3 after we have just swapped onto this second half of this game. Well, certainly an exciting one so far. Both of these teams seeming very evenly matched up in all of this. Not really giving too much to each other. One team starts getting the advantage though, and then they just sort of snowball from there. We saw, of course, the opening kills that went the way of Vortex Gaming, with Krusty getting 3 opening frags, the 3 rounds in a row that they won on their attack. But then, of course, you saw equally there was a round where Kinks picked himself up an early double on the roam upstairs with Jaeger, and of course that round then eventually fell in the way of Black Angels as well. Certainly seems on this map and with these two teams, whichever team gets the opening pick will manage to, of course, see that through to the end. The site now being opted for by the side of Vortex Gaming will be that of Games and Bar. Let's see whether they do a similar setup. Indeed, they seem to have bought the mirror, so it certainly seems to be on their agenda to do a similar setup to what we saw from the Black Angels. But will it be identical? That remains to be seen. Yo, Cairo just popped off and got an ace. Did I just completely miss that?
10 seconds left before insertion.
Was that an ace?
5 seconds left. Attackers are heading out to defuse.
I know he got the head on the Nomad. But did he get the opening pick? 4K. I was about to say, I don't think he got the opening pick. I think that fell to another of his teammates. I know he took 2 injures, sorry. He got the final kill and he got the Nomads. But he didn't get the first. He didn't get the Iana. That was Game On's kill. It was a 4K. Almost. I was gonna say I should have known if it was an ace. There you go. I am remembering things. I'm not dumb. Looks like an aggressive library push though coming out from the side of Black Angels, doing a bit of damage onto the likes of Game On, who is playing aggressively in this position. He's now stuck though right next to the window, being droned out and being pressured from 2 different sides by the likes of Black Angels. Will he be able to escape out of this one? I'm not quite sure. The hatch is open if he chooses to drop, but he needs to choose the time properly. The C4 though being thrown by the likes of Cairo, who came to join him, unfortunately landing in just the wrong location. He is able to pick up the first member of Black Angels though, vaulting through that window. That was the likes of Kinks. Psycho though has managed to get him from the top blue stairs window and manages to pick himself up a double, claiming the head of Krusty. Not God gets himself Game On as well. That's 3 kills going the way of Black Angels in very quick succession. And there they found themselves in a 3v2 situation. The remaining 2 members of Vortex find themselves now situated, basically stuck together. A nice little grenade would cheekily get those 2 sorted out. But now they do move themselves around a bit, spread themselves out, try and keep these crossfires. But if Black Angels, of course, take their time, get the drones in there, then they'll know exactly where they need to, of course, be pushing from. Maybe the play isn't to, of course, go above from in the library and drop that hatch, because, of course, there are 2 mirror windows watching it. A thermite charge being used to open up the floor, maybe not the best use of it, as now more holes are being opened up in the floor, trying to look on into the bar. That's a soft wall you're sat on, though, Mute. Not quite sure how the mirror window got opened up. As Not God managed to pick himself up, expect a batty. Now the push is coming out. 2, 3, dropping. We do see lights of Psycho getting shots onto an Flickable, not quite managing to secure the kill. But Kaylee from all the way over at the side of blue does manage to finally land that headshot onto an Flickable. And as we've been seeing so far between both these teams, it's just a back and forth, Black Angels managing to get themselves an attacking round on the board, while now the side of Vortex Gaming not able to get themselves 2 in a row so far. As we head into round number 9, the scores are currently evenly split at 4-4. By the way, Joshua, we are thank you very much for the raid, my dude. Thanks for dropping your guys who were watching your stream today over here so we can watch the exciting game that's unfolding for us. We are currently map number 1 of this best of 3 with both teams slapping each other left, right and centre. It's certainly looking like a very close one so far between these two. Will one team maybe get ahead over the other? That remains to be seen. Or will this one go back and forth all the way to overtime? And then, of course, from overtime into overtime match point. We'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, cheers for the raid, Joshua. Appreciate it, my dude. Thanks for dropping everybody by. Hope you had a good stream today. I'm looking forward to seeing you. Looking forward to you streaming the second quarterfinal, which will be over on Joshua's stream tomorrow. Joshua, feel free to quickly plug a link to your channel in the chat if you'd like, since of course you will be streaming that tomorrow. So want to get as many people over there. So if you haven't followed Joshua's channel yet, he's currently in chat and should be dropping a link to his channel shortly. If you of course go follow that, that'd be greatly appreciated, and you'll be able to watch the second of the 2 quarterfinals, which will be occurring tomorrow at 7 o'clock. It sees Counteract take on Paradox Gaming. Expected to be a close one, just like today's game is going to be. Whether of course one team will come out on top remains to be seen, but as I say, a close one nonetheless. Cheeky little roam coming out at the moment from the likes of Game On. And who else is on the roam? Is it Krusty? Yes, indeed, it's Krusty. Once again, no bandit tricking being in effect from either of these teams. The bandit's just being left downstairs by the likes of Krusty, and now he's upstairs on the roam in the library. He's watching for the Jackal, who is just currently waiting and holding an angle. They are so close to seeing each other. Pre-fire's coming out, not quite managing to land onto the bandit. More pre-fire's coming out as well, but he's managed to GCFO out of the library safe and sound. Yeah, please guys, Joshua's just dropped his link in the channel, so go quickly click on that and go across and, of course, drop him a follow ready for tomorrow's quarterfinal. I play for Paradox. To answer your question, Charlie? Yes, now we do see the likes of Kinks almost seeing the bandit with his arse. But now the bandit comes in, shots being missed on both sides, but eventually Krusty being able to win out that gunfight just about. And picks up the opening frag onto Kinks. Surely this means that Vortex Gaming will get the W for this round, but things remain to be seen, as we do see Federico pushing in upstairs as well. Now the top mezzanine, top fireplace. He does see the bandit, but a nice cheeky flick from Krusty. He looked like he was facing completely the wrong way. Managed to completely decimate Federico's head, taking it clean off his shoulders, removing that from him. A very good round so far from the likes of Krusty. Not God currently sat outside just on his drone waiting for time to pass. The main wall has been opened, but he does also have the likes of not Cairo, sorry. I can barely tell who is it. Game On currently sat on the window above the garage. Oh, sweet. Hope that stream went well for you, Joshua. Ah, shame. Shame. Well, if you want to drop me a message on Discord, as we see Game On from the fireplace stairs, managed to pick up a kill on Psycho, not realising, of course, how aggressively he'd pushed up. Now leaves the Black Angels team in a 5v4. A very dominant round coming out from the side of Vortex Gaming, as we see Inflickable claiming ahead of Not God, who was pushing on the rear side. It's now just Kaylee left in this 1v5 situation. An ace to win it, or a flawless going the way of Vortex Gaming if he's not able to pick himself up a kill right here. 15 seconds left on the clock. He needs to make a decision right now. Looks like right now it's just saving KD and wasting a bit of time. Maybe discussing with his team exactly where they went wrong and what they need to do differently. So the flawless round denied for the side of Vortex Gaming, but a round win nonetheless for them. Very well deserved so far. Ah, fair enough. Maybe not the best of games, but hey-ho. It happens. It happens. But cheers for dropping the raid across, and hopefully you can pick up a few followers from this stream today, so everybody can come across and watch the fun that will be Paradox versus Counteract tomorrow in their quarterfinal. As we head into round number 10, though, the master bedroom and office being the site that Vortex Gaming will now return to. Currently leading this one 5 rounds to 4. Can they get another defensive round under their belt? Can they win this top floor as they did their first time of trying and secure themselves that match point, putting themselves very much in the driving seat for this first map? Black Angels have been putting up a very strong defense, even though they're not on the defense, if you know what I mean. They've been trading back, excuse me, blow for blow so far throughout this one, but Vortex Gaming have managed to get themselves on a bit of a run previously. And of course got 3 attacking rounds on the trot. Round 2 to round number 4. Whether the side of Vortex Gaming will try anything different on their defense this time, and whether we see anything different coming out from the attack on the Black Angels side, I'm not quite sure. But certainly the attack they did last time didn't quite work. But of course, maybe with a couple of earlier picks, they might have actually been able to get a bit more ground, but unfortunately they just left too many Romans below that were able to do absolute bits to them. We did see Cairo manage to pick up a 4K for the side of Vortex, which of course helped them secure that victory. If he doesn't pop off as much this time, then we may see the round going in favour of Black Angels instead. Thank you very much, by the way, Irish Cormac 69. Thank you very much for the follow, my dude. Greatly appreciate it. Welcome to the Elementals. There's now 162 of you, or 161 of you, which is mad. Mad, I tell you. Cairo, currently on the roam, finds himself at the bottom of Wine Cellar. Just currently waiting to see if anybody will be pushing from below. At the moment, though, it doesn't seem like any member of the Black Angels team wishes to push it. If a run-out were to occur, he could maybe pick himself up a cheeky little kill if he went all the way around to the car garage. But it does look like the Black Angels push will be very similar to the one that they pulled off last time. Currently, though, we do see the likes of... Is that mute Inspector Batty? Yes, it was. Inspector Batty was trying to contest onto the trophy window, doing his best to get an opening little cheeky pick, but instead has now decided to fall off it, giving up that trophy position to the side of Black Angels, who have now very quickly got inside. You have the Ash of Federico pushing into West Main, and you also have 2 members pushing from below. The Ash charge going out below manages to do no damage somehow onto Inspector Batty, despite the fact that he was almost standing directly on top of it at the time that it went off. More utility now being loose below to open up the floor and decide exactly how they're going to be pushing into this one. But of course, we do still have the likes of Cairo on this roam, who's now coming through. An opening pick onto Game from Psycho onto Game On does get Black Angels rolling though, and Cairo decides better of his push, although as we saw, nearly managed to land himself a cheeky headshot through the soft wall onto the head of the Ash. However, we know Ash's hitbox is very fine and managed to get away with that one. Kaylee takes a little bit of damage here as he tries to egress into the bathroom. A Nomad charge being used now on the double door. C4 being blown off. Pre-fire as the Malusi gets whacked onto the floor. A swing now coming out from Inspector Batty. Manages to down Kaylee and put him after this one, managing to trade back a kill. Not God managed to pick up Krusty though, as another swing from the likes of Inspector Batty does pick up one. He's prepared lying on the floor though. Shots missing with the SMG-11. Federico is able to pick 4v3 as they manage to pick up the likes of Kinks. Pushing on inside and gets himself one, but not God getting the trade back nice and quick. And that's all down to Cairo, left in a 1v3 situation. Can he go mad and get a triple right here to win it for his team? Federico go in for the plant, but not God covering nicely. Takes Cairo off on the rotate, and another round goes back in favour of Black Angels. 5 rounds to 5 for each team now, trading blow for blow as we progress through this one. The next team to win a round will go to overtime, and then of course if they can capitalise on that momentum, they'll be able to get the remaining round to see us through to a 7-5 victory. However though, if we keep trading like we've been seeing so far, then yeah, we will see overtime on this very first map, which makes me very excited for the remainder of these maps, but also not hopeful that I'm going to get an early night tonight. By the looks of this very first map, I would expect we will be going to the third deciding map between these two teams, as they do seem so very close. However, a different map is it's a different game basically. People might pop off in one game and perform absolutely terribly on the next. They just can't gel with the map, whatever it might be. But so far, both of these teams looking very strong versus one another. And of course, we'll have to see exactly which one will come out on top of this first map. And eventually, who will come out on top of the entire quarter-final. Only one of these teams can progress into the semi-final, where they will face the winner of tomorrow's match, which sees Counteract versus Paradox. From there, the winner of the semi-final will go on to face Rebel Nation Shadow in the grand final. That will be played on Sunday of next week, I believe. with a Captain's Show match being played and casted by the wonderful Conch Casts on the Saturday at around, I believe, 3 PM GMT. So if you're interested in watching that, make sure you drop a follow onto Conch's channel and keep an eye out on the Discord if you are present on the server to, of course, come and join us for that experience. For the team that loses in this quarterfinal and the quarterfinal in tomorrow's quarterfinal, should I say, that will see the losing teams face off against each other in a loser's bracket to decide who exactly will finish in the 4th position and who exactly will finish in the 5th position. Don't really have anything to play for at that point apart from the bragging rights of they didn't finish bottom of the playoffs. We'll just have to wait and see. Could be on all night, to be honest. Yes, indeed, and the fact that we started quite late with this one, we'll just have to wait and see. Krusty has said in chat, I believe earlier, that he may get booted off if he's playing too late, so we'll just have to see exactly how that one works. As Federico takes a bit of damage through the floor, about 50 hit points lost in that engagement. He does manage to take any of the wall denial off of the K9 wall though, but the Bandit is now tricking it once again. But with the soft wall that's been played at the top of this blue, it can be very easily taken out by shots through this wall, as you see some piling through there. Not quite able to get the remaining Bandit charge off the wall just yet, but certainly could very easily do so now, as a library has been completely taken by the likes of Black Angels as they now push through looking to get the K9 wall open. The thermite charge being placed down, but we do have the likes of, is it Cairo once again? Yes, Cairo playing at the very bottom of the blue stairs, just on this roam right now, but a Nomad device being placed on the blue stairs just above him, and a Claymore as well, trying to stop his ascension of those stairs as Federico managed to pick himself up the opening frag for the team. This may mean that this round goes in favour of Black Angels as another kill cascades their way. Not got able to pick up the likes of Game On. Cairo they're able to pick up another one from behind at the bottom of the fireplace stairs, and Flickable claiming another as well. Federico answers it back with a kill of his own onto Inspector Batty as he now pushes on into Office. They could go for the plant right here, but they do have the likes of Cairo to worry about below. Not God has now pushed in and is going for the plants. Will Cairo go for the big flank? He's pushed up into Solarium instead. He's not going for the big flank. He's looking for the head of the Ash. Doesn't quite manage to find it, and Diffuser has been planted behind the half wall. A retake position now for the likes of Vortex in a 2v3 situation. Doesn't quite see that Federico is lying prone on the floor. A nice swing from him, downs the likes of Cairo and Flickables left in the 1v3. He does manage to down Kaylee, but being pushed in the piano room, he isn't able to get the remaining two, and Not God claims himself the life of Inflickable. And the first team to see themselves onto match point will be that of Black Angels, currently leading this game 6 rounds to 5. However, as we've already discussed and already seen in this one, Vortex are probably going to turn this one up to an even higher notch and try and pull the win out of this one. Going back to the wine cellar Snowmobile Garage, I believe the side of Black Angels have not had any luck on this site so far, so if Vortex are able to, of course, carry on their string of good luck and be able to come away with the win on this ground floor site, could of course mean that we do see overtime with this one. However, if Black Angels are able to put together a sophisticated, controlled push, as they have been proving they can do on other rounds, then we may see, of course, the tables turn completely, and we may see the first map falling the way of Black Angels, which will make everybody but Chanka very happy, because Chanka is still the only person who put any of his channel points onto the prediction of Vortex winning this one. Like I say, it's not over until the Fat Lady sings, and we still do have at least one, if not two, matches after this one to be seen played before we crown the winner of this best of 3 quarter-final. So there's still plenty of C's to be played, but right now, Black Angels are in the driving seat for this map number 1. And maybe poised to take it if they have a good attacking round. A quick look at the scoreboard shows us the damage so far.
10 seconds to go.
10 kills currently going the way of Krusty. He is having a game to remember. 6 assists as well, means he's been helping out with the rest of his team. 9 kills going to Cairo as well. Been a bit quiet since he got that 4K earlier on. Of course, like to see him pop off a little bit. Game On managing to pick himself 8 up as well. And Flickable and Inspector Batty, though, sort of propping the bottom of the team up with only 4 and 2 to their name. Hopefully able to pick up a couple more as we progress on, as that may be the difference between them winning and losing this first map. Kinks and Not God both sat on 9 kills together, with Federico and Kaylee also on 7. Psycho bringing up the rear with 5, which of course is a much nicer number compared to the likes of Unflickable and Inspector Batty, who of course sat on 4 and 2. As it seems the kills have been better spread across the Black Angels side, that may be why we now see them currently on the match point. Very good so far, though. C4 being thrown out by the Goyo. Doesn't quite manage to land in the right location. He does get a shot onto it, as he's now being contested by the likes of Federico. Doesn't quite... Neither member walking away with any damage done to them, unfortunately, in that situation. As Federico manages to escape with his life. He's pinging the floor, just stating that's exactly where the Goyo was last seen. And now starts opening up a hole for him to cook a grenade and drop it through, trying to get those bandits off. One ADS is burnt. Is there a second one in that location? The bad grenade, bad grenade, bad grenade! Runs away and it isn't actually able to get the bandit charges off the wall. That was a very big misplay from the likes of Federico. But the other wall into wine has now been opened, and the Goyo is playing a very close angle on the bottom blue. Who was that getting knocked over by a Nomad charge? 3 members are in blue on the side of Vortex Gaming. 1 member is, though, on the roam, and it's on the top floor. Is it Krusty? Yes, indeed, it's Krusty going for an absolute mad roam. He's now been picked up by the Jackal Steps, though. And he has 4 pings of it, as they picked it quite recently. He looks for the Zofia, doesn't quite see him. Managed to pick up the early frag onto Psycho. That's certainly boding well for the side of Vortex. Of course, getting the opening pick for both these teams has sort of decided exactly who will win each round. So with Vortex getting that opening pick, it does look like Black Angels might be seeing overtime with this one, as the remaining 4 members of their team are pushing down below, apart from the one who is above, and that is Kinks. Currently just looking for the bandits. He does see the footprints, though. Pre-fire's coming out onto Krusty. Doesn't quite manage to get it. Swings the corner and Krusty gets the double kill. Shots coming out very well there from Krusty. Once again, he's having a game. Cairo collects another one as we now see a 5v2. And as I said, the opening pick is so critical on this map between these two teams. Just aside of Vortex Gaming now just playing safely on site. The one roam of Krusty was not able to be shut down as Game On manages to pick up another one. Not God falls to a cheeky headshot from the Goyo's Vector. And a swing from Krusty down the back stairs. Claims a flawless round from Vortex Gaming. What a statement to see these two teams going into overtime. Current round score being 6-6. As we now head to overtime. My God. This is turning out to be an incredibly exciting game so far on this one. Hang on a minute. I think I've got the sides the wrong way around. But do they mind? I think they're just playing at this point. I'll quickly see, we may have to do a quick rehost? I don't know. I think I've got it the right way around, but I possibly haven't. Either way, the teams look like they're playing on. There has been no protest put up in the chat. No call for a rehost or anything, so I think we're good. Shame to hear that, Maz. We'll let you know the score when we can, or log onto your computer or something if you have one. But yeah, we'll catch you in a bit if you have to dip. Now, as we do, though, find ourselves in the overtime. Both of these teams proving that both have incredibly good performances. Which team will break first? We have seen Vortex, when they were on the attack, get 3 rounds on the trot. However, with it being overtime, we will see them starting on the attack but swapping to the defense the very next round and then going back to the attack. Can Vortex find their feet a little bit and push themselves forward? Similarly, though, can Black Angels continue the very strong defenses that they've been putting up and also have a very good attack onto the site? This is certainly going to come down to a nail-biting finisher, I think. And it may end up being which team can win that very final overtime match point round to, of course, secure themselves the first map W. But yes, I'm so glad that both of these teams are giving us a game to remember. An incredibly close one as well. As we do now see Vortex Gaming beginning to push on upstairs. Game On already starting to apply some aggression onto the top floor into the library, but he will come up against the body of Kinks, who is currently playing up above. Kaylee is also upstairs, has now been droned out, putting a few castle barricades up, and is also starting to be contested by the likes of Cairo and Krusty, who have now started pushing in at the top of the, Solarium stairs. Scanning the footprints is coming out. Kaylee has now been discovered. His location has been popped. He's falling back behind some soft walls, just trying to keep himself facing towards the attacking members. He does now know that one is in, and is now falling back even further as he's still being jackal tracked on this one. Currently on the blue stairs, looking like he's trying to run away, but now might be pushing back onto site. Kinkso is still in this position and hasn't necessarily been scanned out. The timing might be terrible, though. Indeed it is, as Krusty managed to pick up the opening frag. A headshot into the back of Kingster's head as he was looking in completely the wrong direction now means that the top floor is completely in Vortex's control, and without losing a single player in the process. Hatch has been opened by the Thermite playing above in the library, and as I say, the top floor is now completely in control of the Vortex side. Black Angels now just playing anchor on site, but with that soft floor possibly being opened up above them, they're going to have to play this one very carefully, as you do already see the shotgun being used to start opening the sections. It's forward, but a prep C4 from Federico takes Cairo completely out of this one. Very well pre-placed C4 from Federico does completely ruin that man's career. We do though see now a 4v4 game on, currently just watching the hatch. Opens up that mirror window that maybe his teammate can use, gets also rid of the mute jammer, so some drones can now come on inside and check. Kaylee though does show up big, managed to take out Krusty. A big impact on this one so far. Unflickable gets an instant refrag though, collecting the head of Psycho on in sight. Not God is currently sat in sight though. Federico with him, currently sat both in this little bar stock position. Just trying to hold out as long as they can. Kaylee though still on the roam. Might be able to of course get a cheeky flank onto the members of Vortex Gaming if they are not droned very well. Unflickable currently at the far end of the dining hallway, over near the fireplace, just watching for any angles that present themselves, but of course if Kaylee swings at the right moment, he could claim the likes of Unflickable. Shots coming out, Game On manages to get Not God, that's the first kill going the way of Vortex. The plant now coming on from the likes of Game On, who is now in sight. Federico picks himself up a double kill, and Kaylee pushes, collects himself one. Federico gets another, the first overtime round going in favour of Black Angels. Wow, that one came down right to the final few seconds with the plant going down. Federico with a triple and Kaylee supporting him with a double, I believe. Very well played there from the Black Angels team. Collecting themselves the first overtime round, putting themselves onto the overtime match point. 1 round in it now. Well, possibly 2 rounds to be seen if Vortex are able to, of course, bring this one back and get another round under their belt. We'll just have to wait and see. We will just have to wait and see. But yes, Vortex can of course bring this one to the full overtime match point, in which case it will all be down to the final round and we'll see exactly which team will come out on top of that one. But for now, Black Angels have themselves in the driving seat. 7 rounds to their name, 6 to that of Vortex Gaming. All they need is 1 round on the board for themselves and they will take away this first map win. 84% of you believe the Black Angels could do it. Only 16% of you believe that Vortex Academy could put up a good enough fight to win this one. We'll just have to wait and see exactly how this one plays out, right down to the wire, right down to the very end. Vortex, though, have looked very strong previously on this basement site, and Black Angels have looked a little bit rusty, being picked up quite easily by the roaming Krusty. But also on top of that, just not being able to attack on into sight after they've lost those early players. Not able to get the picks as they begin pushing in, and not able to get all the walls open as they so wish, as they so desire.
Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
Rip there, Maz. Big rip. Looks like side of Black Angels is doing a full snowmobile garage side push, investing a lot of their resources into getting this snowmobile garage wall open. Krusty, though, has opted to not go on the roam this time. Actually, as I say that, we see him running up the west main stairs all the way to the top floor, getting the fuck out of sight, as some would say. Currently playing upstairs now in the master bedroom. This big roam might not prove that useful, though, as we do see, like I say, the side of Black Angels just doing a major push onto the garage. Garage wall is now open. Exactly how they're going to start pushing on into this one, as we do see the likes of, is it Cairo? Yes, Cairo currently playing in the connector room. Doesn't quite take any damage just yet, as Goya shields are also being played in locations watching both sides. But as I say, Black Angels do appear to mostly just be pushing on the front side. Game On, though, collects himself the opening pick, taking the head clean off Kinks, who was maybe playing a little bit too aggressive onto that snowmobile breach. Maestro just chilling in blue at the moment on his cams, just trying to get as much intel for his team as possible as we wait for the side of Black Angels to start pushing in. He does know that one player of Black Angels is currently still waiting on that breach. That's the Thermite on the right hand side. Also on the left, we do see the likes of Kaylee and Federico also still hanging around here. Psycho, though, is nowhere to be seen on this side, as he's now pushing in upstairs into the fireplace hall, but of course has run into Krusty, who is playing up here at the moment. Krusty's proven deadly so far on the roam with the Bandit and the MP7 in hand, so of course he may show up big on this one. Federico currently sat on the window right by the Bandit. Misses his shots Not quite realising that the bandit's crouched. Pingzo coming out on his location. Shots being missed again. Federico, you can't be missing those shots. C4 being thrown isn't quite set off. Federico claims himself a kill. 4v4 with 1 minute left on the clock. A nice cheeky trade there. Federico maybe not deserving of that kill, but he managed to, of course, leg it out in the end. And Flickable, though, collects himself one onto Psycho, who was pushing down the main stairs. All three remaining members of Black Angels now find themselves on the breach and just maybe have to brute force their way into sight right here. Federico ran in, but then decides very quickly to run back out again. Stuck in a 4v3 now. Federico going for the big flank, maybe deciding to push down either the blue or the main stairs. With the Jaeger though playing at the top, Kaylee picks himself up one. Federico sees Unflickable at the top, gets himself a double, and now it's a 3v2 situation. Inspector Batty left in very undesirable circumstances. 30 seconds left on the clock. Exactly how they're going to push in. A little bit of Asher's body being seen there. Shots, but not killed. Not God is now in and going for the plant. Game on goes to the C4, but bad time. Triple kill from Federico as he pushes down the stairs. Inspector Batty, it's all up to him. A 1v3 with the Alder in hand. Can he get the kills? He collects one onto Kaylee. Does he realise that the Ash is in sight? The Nomad knocks him on the floor. Federico pushing back down the main stairs isn't quite able to pick this one up. Inspector Batty with only 30 seconds left on the clock. He has to do something mad right now to win this one out here. He pushes through, sees the head of the Thermite, claims the head of the Thermite. Can he pick up the final kill onto Federico? Federico, don't look away at this moment. 20 seconds left on the clock. It's all up to Inspector Batty right now. Otherwise, the first map win will go in favour of the Black Angels side. He goes to the defuse, not many seconds left. The above angle being played, and there we go. Federico secures it for Black Angels. A shot through the floor. 8 rounds to 6. Going in favour of Black Angels. Bloody hell, was that a good map between these two teams. But eventually coming out on top was Black Angels. Bloody hell, that was close at the end. So, quick glance at the scoreboard. Let's see exactly who showed up big. Certainly Federico in that final round, getting himself a triple and then the quad kill, I believe, to round things off for his team. Krusty also going big, but unfortunately not quite enough. Inspector Batty maybe part of the reason behind that, not maybe getting as many kills as he would have liked. Unfortunately also not able to clinch up that final round, meant the first map has gone in favour of Black Angels. They now, if they can continue this form, they will see themselves as undefeated heading into the semi-finals, continuing that trait along with the RNS team who currently sit top of the league, waiting for an opponent to face in the grand finals. Just going to sort out the predictions for you guys. Black Angels win. Sorry, Chanka. There go all of your channel points. Sorry, buddy. That was an incredibly good game between these two teams. But for now, before we head into the second game, which will take us to Oregon, we are just going to have a quick 3-minute break. Give these teams a little bit of a breather and also allow me to go use the bathroom because right now I am bursting. Anyway, we'll be back underway nice and quick. I'm going to give you a few ads to watch in my absence. Please enjoy them as best you can. I know they're ads, they're maybe not that enjoyable, but please enjoy them as best you can. And as soon as I'm back, we will get the second map underway as quickly as possible, where we will head to Oregon. I'll catch you guys in a few minutes. Ciao for now. Welcome back, everybody. We've just got a few more minutes before we get the second map of Oregon underway. I better actually get that set up, shan't I? Let me just double check what the... Cool, so the second map of Oregon sees Black Angels defending first, and Vortex will defend on the overtime. And there we go, that's all set up and ready to go. We're just waiting for 25 minutes past the 9 o'clock to arrive so we can get this one underway. Although there does sound like, unfortunately for the likes of Krusty, his game will be ending here tonight, as unfortunately his curfew is coming up with his parents at home by the sounds of it. So unfortunately he's going to have to dip off, and instead Click is going to have to be popping in from the side of the Vortex roster to make their 5. Hopefully he gets in nice and quick so we can get this one underway. But we shall wait until he has arrived before we get this second map underway. Hey, it finally showed one. Yes, indeed, as Connor says, the captain's match is going to be funny as fuck. Fingers crossed. Round 1, knife fight. Get the nomad and just go at it after the air jab. Yep. It'll be fun, just can't wait to be honest. I've got no ADS too. Yep. So, to confirm for all you lovely people who are in stream today, this is the first of the quarterfinals that will be played for the ERSL over the next 2 days. The second quarterfinal will see Counteract take on Paradox Gaming starting tomorrow at 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. GMT. And we'll see, like I say, Counteract take on Paradox Gaming in a best of 3 for that semi-final position. The loser of that game will go into the losers bracket along with the loser of this best of 3 to play each other off to decide who finishes best of the rest in the playoff squads. The semi-final will then be played later on in the week between, of course, the 2 winners from the quarterfinals. After that point, of course, winner from the semi-final will see themselves going to the grand final to face off against the likes of Rebel Nation Shadow in a big grand final, which I believe still is a best of 3, so not best of 5. That will be taking place on Sunday, the 4th of April. There's much more to look forward to, though, because on Saturday, the 3rd of April, we will be seeing a captain's match. So a representative from each team that has taken part in this league and is still part of this league will be joining ranks to have a 5v5 best of 3 on some classic vanilla maps for you guys. Those will include the likes of Plane, Bartlett University, Yacht. Actually, I'm not sure whether Yacht's included. Either way, though, there will be plenty of fun to be had there. And all classic operators will be used in that best of 3. And that game will be casted by the ever so wonderful, my good friend Conch Cast. So be sure to drop him a follow if you haven't already to make sure you catch that game when it goes live. After all the playoffs are done and stuff, though, there will be an awards evening where we will dish out some best ofs, give you guys the rundown of all the stats for this season. So be sure to stick around, and that will likely be hosted on my channel. For now, though, I believe everybody's now back in the lobby and we are ready to go. Just need to get a confirmation from both teams, and then we will get the ball rolling on this second map. Currently, Black Angels have the lead with the first win on Chalet, which they managed to claim in the overtime, 8 rounds to 6. Now we will go to Oregon, though, and see if the likes of Vortex are able to swap their favour around, and of course able to bring out the victory on this one to see us through into the third and final map tonight, which will take us to, I believe, Coastline. Yes, indeed. Just checking everyone's ready. Excuse me. Apologies, I've literally just pinged everybody in that game chat. Hopefully I get an answer, though, from the people that I need. And once we've got the confirmation, we will get this second game underway. While we are waiting, though, I will get the prediction set and ready to rock and roll. Game 2 win. I can't spell. Game 2 win. Will it be another Black Angels win? Or will we see Vortex be able to start bringing it back in this one and get a round for themselves, or a game for themselves on the board in this best of 3, keeping themselves in the fight for that semi-final spot. Here we go though, ladies and gentlemen. The second map this evening of the best of 3 will be taking us to Oregon. What bands will we see come out from both of these teams? Some interesting ones on the previous map, of course, the Cade and the Thatcher being quite normal, but of course the likes of the Ace and... who was the other one? Can't remember who the other one was. Either way, the bands did, of course, leave Jackal on the board, who did play a very large role on both sides of the fence for those teams in the last round. Of course, Jackal being used to great effect at some points in, of course, tracking down the roamers and, of course, taking care of them quite easily. Anyway, though, the first band coming out this time from the side of Black Angels will be that of Thatcher, completely wiped off the board straight away. Joshua's just put all of his points on Black Angels. What are you guys going to be doing? Jank has put all of his remaining points because he just lost them all onto Vortex for the win. I'm sorry, Maz. I did apologise in chat. Go on, Vortex. Hey, Christy. Welcome to the chat, buddy. Ace is now the second band, this time coming out from Vortex Gaming. They obviously don't like the Ace in this one. They do like getting rid of him, obviously preferring their Hibana, Maverick or Thermite in getting these walls open for them. Ella has also been gotten rid of. Obviously, Vortex Gaming have watched the Black Angels versus RNS game, which I believe the first map took place on Oregon, and Ella Shotgun played absolute havoc within the RNS roster and resulted in, from that best of 2, a draw being had between the two teams. Black Angels able to take away the first map win and RNS able to take the second, which of course carried both of those teams through into the playoffs undefeated. Can Black Angels, with this first win under their belt of this best of 3, be able to continue their unbeaten streak into the semi-finals, and then from the semi-finals on to the grand final? We will just have to wait and see for now though, as we are only in the first round of Oregon. Black Angels, though, probably do have a lot of confidence after coming off the back of their previous game victory, especially after things were so close, being able to clinch it out right at the very end. Of course, playing together very well. It's certainly going to be a difficult one if these two teams are so equally balanced again in this one. We will just have to wait to see. As Franco says, though, vote, people! Vote! Put your predictions in, spend your channel points. As many as possible, because you know what, you guys love me, so you're always going to be watching my streams, so you'll get those channel points back nice and quick. Put them in with, well, yeah, just pile as many in as you'd like. I want to see lots of channel points in there, as many as you can. There you go. Some good looks and have fun between both of these teams in the chat before we got underway. Still being very civil after the very close game played before, which is good to see between them. ECS or this? Oh, is the ECS playing tonight? What game's playing tonight on the ECS, Chanka? Yeah, this game is certainly being a very close one today, as we do see Black Angels starting things off in the ground floor. The laundry and what's it called? Laundry and something. It's just basement. It's just basement. I have predicted 300 channel points, says Irish Cormac. Thank you very much, buddy. I know you've only been here for 34 minutes, but of course doing it. ERSL is greater than ECS. Already though, pushing in, we do see the lights of Click. Already though, eating a Capcan track, not being aware, of course. Kaylee switching from the Clash onto the Capcan has already claimed the first victim. Of course, hasn't actually been able to kill the likes of Click yet, but certainly put him down to 40 hit points. Him, of course, being a 3-speed operator. 1 armor does mean he takes more damage from this. He's now being extra careful for all these Capcan traps being around here. No, nothing at the moment, of course, being able to get him out as we speak. Zofia going upstairs at the moment. Game On being extra cautious to make sure there are no roamers upstairs, but I don't believe anybody from Black Angels is off site. Yes, indeed, everybody from Black Angels is on site. We have the Smoke currently playing elbow. Whether my playing at the bottom of the pillar stairs. We have the Jaeger and the Malusi playing around Freezer and in the long hall, and finally Capcan over towards the laundry side. The top floor is just being completely cleared now by Vortex, just to make sure that they are happy with everything. And once they've done that, they will probably begin their execute onto site. Still with 1 minute 30 on the clock. Does mean they have plenty of time to, of course, get this planned out and everything. And then, of course, they will start pushing in. The Maverick beginning to open the hatch now, unflickable with that diffuser in hand. Possibly a little bit risky, but hopefully it's alright. Deciding to stand in the middle of the hatch. Hopefully he gets off of it at just the right time, so he doesn't drop in accidentally and get taken out by the likes of the Wamai. Rest remains to be seen. Some good effective work there coming out from the Maverick. Still has 3 of his canisters left in pocket and has perfectly managed to get that hatch open. As I say though, the likes of Vortex Gaming just deciding exactly where they're going to be pushing from. You do have the Ash outside of Blue, waiting to push in. Game On though, eating a bit of damage on the main rear stage stairs as Kinks does fires some shots up from the boiler room E-box wall. Shots coming out though from Click from the main door. Not quite managing to find him, but Game On gets picked up easily by Psycho, who was playing further back on the long hall. Will Click now start pushing in? No, he's completely rotated off and is now pushing into the big garage, about to push down the laundry stairs with the rest of his team. Instead though, he seems to be opting to go for the freezer push. Ash charge going off as he decides to walk through, being extra careful though of those cap contracts. Unflickable has been taken out though by Kinks, who is then very quickly refragged back by the likes of Cairo. Cairo gets Psycho, but Federico gets Cairo. My goodness, a little trade there. Now we see a 3v2 situation coming out with 10 seconds left on the clock. Diffuses down on the Risse stairs. Inspector Batty and Click just have to go mad here, collecting the kills as best they can. And all that the likes of Federico and Kaylee have to do is just run away and play for time, which is exactly what they do. Time runs down, and the first round goes away. Black Angel certainly starting the way they want it to as we head into this one. Elemental, guess who will top frag? If you guess right, I will sub to you. Make it a bit spicy. Ooh, even more of a gamble, including, of course, the channel points that you guys have been putting on the predictions, which, come on guys, more points, all the points. I know some of you just won big from the previous match, so why don't you go and spend some of those points on this prediction? What do you guys think will happen? Will Black Angels be able to clinch it, or will we see Vortex begin to take it? In answer to your question, Joshua, my guess, I'm going to do 2 guesses here. Your choice whether you accept it or not. I'm going to guess 1 from each team, and if one of them's right, you can of course subscribe? Question mark? Yes, I think Inspector Batty is going to pop off on this one, and Kinks. Inspector Batty and Kinks. Whether they're both top frag for each their team or just one of them top frags overall, those are my 2 guesses. Inspector Batty for Vortex and Kinks for Black Angels. So you guys better remember them, as we now see Black Angels, after winning their first defense, now opting to go for the meeting and dining. So far this season, I believe Black Angels are the only team that have ever really tried to hold this site. I believe there may have been a few times Counteract have given it a go against a couple of their opponents, but certainly Black Angels do like this site's hold rather than the kitchen and the dining room. This side of Vortex is mainly doing a blue bunker and big tower push. So I'll see exactly how this one acts, but already Click is just pushing on into sight. He's being droned out from below, but shots already coming out. He already takes a bit of damage, not quite even sure where that came from for me, to be honest. Somebody was holding the angle above though and waiting for him and was able to do a bit of damage onto him. Now we do see the likes of Cairo also pushing in from below. Shots coming out from the rear stage. Shots now coming out onto Kinks from Cairo. Cairo left on about 25 hit points. Kinks being the first one to fall though. That's unfortunate for the side of Black Angels. If this game happens the same way as the previous one, then we will now see a Vortex Gaming win on this first round, but that remains to be seen whether this game will follow the same pattern as the previous one we just watched on Chalet. Nades now being thrown in by the likes of the Maverick. All 4 players currently, there's 5 of them still. All 4 players now focused around the attic position and the rear stage stairs on the side of Vortex Gaming, just trying to stick together, doing the best that they can. Unflickable manages to collect Psycho, as we do now see Federico playing super aggro with this shotgun on this double door here. The Nomad is playing so close to death, little does she realise it, but manages to walk away safely with her life still intact. Pre-fire coming out from the likes of Federico, but he's Game On, but he's very quickly taken out by Federico, playing close with that shotgun, evening the scores somewhat. C4 coming out, doesn't manage to do a bit of damage onto the Maverick. Now pre-fire's coming out as well, as now the 3 remaining members of Black Angels are just sat in sight. Kaylee is just waiting for a push to come through, does see those Maverick holes being made and is trying to maybe be slightly aggro onto them. Does see the Nomad playing on the stairs, doesn't manage to land the shot but we also do need to be aware of Cleek, who's pushing currently behind at the bottom of it. Federico collects himself a double. The Maverick getting far too close to his position just gets completely punished by that SES shotgun, but Inspector Batty answers back by getting a clean, cheeky headshot onto the likes of Federico. AR versus shotgun at that range, the AR is likely to come out on top of this one. The three remaining members of Vortex, though, are very spread out, and if they take these gunfights badly between the Black Angels members, then they may end up losing this one. Kaylee, though, gets taken out by Click, who pushes on into meeting, and it's all up to Not God now in a 1v3. He downs the Ash and starts pushing up through the long haul corridor. The plant starts going down from Inspector Batty. Not God sees Inspector Batty, he downs him. He's going for the triple. He manages it. The defenders win the round. Not God gets a triple, but Cairo gets the trade. My goodness. What a moment to get a trade. Defenders, of course, get the default win because the plant was not on the ground. 2 injures for the likes of Cairo means... Sorry, not Cairo. Not God means he's able to clutch that one up. Whew, I was not expecting that. I was maybe expecting him to get the kill because Jackal was on such low health, but holy Jesus, I was not expecting a trade between those two. I just need a moment after that round. That was mad. Batty, of course, chose a very open position to get the plant in. Maybe the call was that, of course, Malusi wasn't going to be pushing up as aggressively, or there was something that could cover him. But hey ho, you live and you learn. Hopefully he doesn't make that same mistake again, as we now see Black Angels getting 2 rounds on the board already. So far as well, we do see neither the two people that I said will top frag currently at the top, so I'm sweating a little bit. But we now see the likes of Black Angels, after 2 round wins on a row, going onto the top floor site of the 2 dorms rooms, deciding to try and hold this one. Of course, so it is a site that a lot of people are used to attacking, so Vortex should be far more comfortable in trying to decide exactly how they should be attacking, where the best plant spots are, where the covering angles are for different plays, so that will remain to be seen. Some cheeky frost mats being played as well by the likes of Kaylee. This is a play that I definitely like to see coming out from Kaylee. I myself do like frost on this map, some cheeky little frost mats. For example, one in the default plant position is always a favourite of mine. One on the double window is always very good, one on the attic drop, but Kaylee has gone and put one cheekily just on the left hand side as you head into the closet position, and also one directly to the right of the main door. Already though, we do see a couple of members, Game On and the likes of Click, pushing at the top armory stairs or into ground floor garage. Game On is now pushing in. Does he see anybody? The Bandit is either in Z or in Classroom. I'm not quite sure which. By the way, he's currently just playing for time at the moment. Does he hear with the Zofia? He gets trackled by the Jackal. Shots coming out. He does do a little bit of damage onto Zofia, but now he's just GTFOing back upstairs. Sees the drone and realises someone's probably on that wall, and now the Jackal is chasing him down. Gets another trackle onto him. 4 pings now coming out, meaning he has to do his best to try and survive as long as possible. A second one coming out now. He's just been absolutely bullied right here. Cairo, though, does manage to pick up Federico as Click finally from the top army window does get one. Kaylee answers back, though, with a cheeky headshot onto the likes of Click playing at the top angle. And now in a 3v4. Make that a 3v3 as Psycho goes below and collects the likes of Game On. The last 3 remaining members of Vortex now have to try and push through the attic, unless, of course, they decide to split off and do it. The Malusi has now been scats. They know exactly where she is playing, and now the push is coming into the bottom of garage. A frost map placed here right now would have been an incredibly good play. The shots come out from Not God, not quite able to land onto the head of Cairo, who was pushing down. He now has his shield to play around as the remaining members push in behind him. You have the likes of Inflickable and Inspector Batty. And Inflickable just trying to get this Malusi off the wall. Eventually gets it, of course, with his Maverick Torch. But now Cali pushes up and manages to get Cairo. A double kill for Cali so far, as this push from Vortex Gaming is completely falling apart. They're looking far more rough around the edges than they did on their previous round. Inspector Batty is pushing in, trying to find anybody's head at this point, but doesn't quite manage it, as the Malusi is playing safely behind the kid's bunk. A nade being thrown out, lands the wrong side of the kid bunk, so unfortunately Malusi isn't taken out. Shots absolutely missing for Inspector Batty. That is a moment you really don't want to be missing your shots. Not God claims the kill, and now it's left up to a 1v3 for Inflickable. Can he clutch this one out, as we saw Not God do previously, or with so many angles being covered by the side of Black Angels, will he not be able to win this one? And eventually Not God manages to find the head, puts in Unflickable on the floor, and round number 3 goes in favour of the Black Angels team. They're looking incredibly strong on this map, certainly a lot stronger than Vortex. Maybe with that, of course, roster swap of, unfortunately, Krusty had to go and Clickers had to come in instead. Maybe that's messed up the sort of team composition a little bit. They're maybe not quite communicating in the same way that they were with a new person within the team. So we'll just have to wait and see whether, of course, this will improve as the game pushes on. But for now, though, Black Angels very much seem like they're in the driving seat. They look like they're in control of this one. With 3 rounds under their belt so far, they are now going back to the laundry room supply room, which they won very decisively the first time round. Mental's gone. What do you mean, Chanka? What do you mean? Are you on about me, or are you on about something else?
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Leonti, hey buddy, I haven't seen you in the chat recently. How are you doing? Oh no, have you just realised who you put your channel points on and you're seeing the scoreline so far and you're going, uh-oh. Ah, they're not feeling good mentally. Ah, I get what you're saying, Chanka. Yeah, possibly after their loss from the previous round. Yeah, I see that now, Christy. I had a mental block for a second there. But yeah, it certainly does look like maybe the mentality, maybe, of course, the drive has gone from Vortex. Hopefully they're able to find something in the next couple of rounds to, of course, start pushing this one forward. But we'll just have to wait and see. They do look like they're mainly going for a blue bunker push right here. And it does look like they might be able to force the issue on this one, with not too much in the way of utility being set up. The smoke has been bought by Federico, but he's not in position just yet, so a very quick push could be quite beneficial to them right here. Click, though, pushing into the middle of the ground floor. Does manage to miss the cam. Unfortunately, we did see that Click. Unfortunately, we did indeed see that. Once again, Black Angels are on this side, opting not really to go for the roam, just wanting to all sit in sight, hold in their respective angles, and just play time for as long as possible. This time, though, Click has now started pushing down the rear stage stairs. The vibe alarm, though, does alert the side of Black Angels to his presence as he does start pushing down. 2 Ash charges being used to eat a Malusi device that I believe was on that wall. Of course, the first one being eaten up by a Wamai device. Already 2 Wamai discs already being used up. As we now see the likes of Kings getting into a bit of a good fight here. His shield falls, but he gets a beautiful headshot onto Game On. A cheeky little flick and a peek. Takes Game On's head clean off, and a grenade was dropped. Fortunately for the side of Vortex, didn't claim any better. Another one from Kinks! What is that? The man says he's unflickable, but Kinks said, boys, hold my beer, I've got this one. And takes his head clean off his shoulders. Playing behind that barrel position, a cheeky little peek from him. Now in a 3v5 situation, it still is not looking very good for Vortex. Hopefully, a rear stage push with all their firepower pushing down this staircase might be able to make something work right here. But then again, maybe not. Click does seem to be rotating around at the moment, maybe trying to try his own look at pushing this very angle, but he's shot an alibi. And his position has been given away, and 2 members of Black Angels are contesting onto his position. As now Cairo starts pushing down the rear stairs. Does take a bit of damage, though, from the pillar position. But another Wamai device eats one of those flashbangs. The Jaeger currently playing a cheeky long angle. Does eventually get the head of Cairo. Pushing down the rear stage stairs. Very good shots coming out there. Click managed to collect one, but Kinks gets one straight back, and it's all up to Inspector Batty. Left now in a 1v4 situation. Exactly what's going to be happening here, I'm not too sure. Clink so has pushed up to the main stairs. He does see the Nomad coming, cleanly takes the head off. And thank you very much, Kinks. You might earn me a sub at this rate. 5 kills go in the way of Kinks, and 2 absolutely filthy, absolute mucky, filthy headshots coming out from the Wamai playing on that E-box hallway, watching onto the blue barrel door. How was that for a round, ladies and gentlemen? Although it's not looking too good for Vortex, how good was that from Black Angels? What were those kills coming out for the likes of Kinks? That was insane. You love to see this stuff. But, of course, with that further round under their belt, we do now see 4 rounds going in favour of the Black Angels team and no rounds in favour of Vortex. This could all swap when they go onto the other side, but if Black Angels continue this show of good form, we may see them, of course, finishing this first half with a perfect, flawless 6-0. Whether they can, of course, keep this up remains to be seen, but we'll just have to wait and see. I'm having some issues with my stream manager, so bear with me 1 second. If you have popped anything in the chat, I will hopefully see it shortly. Oh my goodness, it's all flickering at me. Bear with me. Anyway, the site of choosing will be that of the, once again, kitchen and meeting room. One that not many teams are sort of used to. They don't normally expect. So maybe that is why it sort of threw off the likes of the, that managed to throw off the likes of the Vortex gaming team the first time around. Will they be able to find their feet a little bit more in this one? I'm not too sure. We'll just have to wait and see on that one. Everything is still flickering at me. Please calm the fuck down, Twitch stream. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. I just have to sort all of this out because it's going absolutely mad. Hopefully no action occurs while I'm trying to fix this so I can actually talk to you guys and watch the stream properly on my second monitor, but we'll wait and see. There we are. Anyway, it's lovely to see so many of you tuning in this evening for such an exciting stream between these two teams right here. There we go, I'm back in. Already though, Kaylee has managed to pick himself up an opening kill. That very early on for the Black Angels side. A cheeky little angle here being played all the way into Attic. Manages to shoot Click up through the gooch. Not exactly the best place to be shot, especially when you're a woman. But hey ho. Now we do see the likes of Federico swapping over to this position instead, holding it with the shotgun rather than the ump of Castle. Exactly how the side of Vortex Gaming are going to be pushing this one as now C4 is ripped and put up into Attic. Doesn't manage to claim the life of anybody from that position as now the meeting wall is being opened up. Shots being done onto Unflickable. Also some damage being done back to Federico as now the rear stage stairs is going to be the point of entry. Cairo though is able to pick up a kill and frag it back, picking up the likes of Not God, playing it further in sight. Grenade being thrown and dropped through the roof, but unfortunately there's an ADS inside that eats that up for him, so unfortunately he won't drop a little present down onto anybody coming below, not that there even was anybody there. Another wall's been opened up by the Thermite as they begin their push on into sight. As Game On managed to get himself the first kill, this time getting rid of Federico. It's now a 4v3 situation going back in favour of Vortex. Will this be the round that they can start turning things back in their favour for them? Flashes coming out from the Nomad. That is of Inspector Batty now about to push through the breach on into sight, but there's a member of Black Angels watching from either side. You see the Echo playing in this long haul. We also see Kinks playing in meeting. Kinks, though, is picked up from the hatch by the likes of Game On. As now Kaylee pushes up, it's now a 2v4 situation. Not impossible for Black Angels to do something with this here. The swings across, but Game On manages to get the kill, supporting Inspector Batty nicely as the refrag comes out. The plant coming out there, Psycho collects himself on. The push from the sledge, the wrong time to go on your drone, Psycho! Oh no, Vortex Gaming claim themselves their first rounds of their attacking half so far in round number 5. Hopefully it's not too little and too late for them. Maybe this is the start of the comeback that is exactly what we want to see. We might have a very, very, very close game once again between these two teams. The previous map did see us going to the full overtime where eventually Black Angels were able to win it out 8 rounds to 6. Oh, dear me. We all know what happened last time a Vortex team played Black Angels on Oregon, though. 7-0. Well, Maz, you will be glad to know that the current Vortex Gaming team have just denied that. Even if this game ends up going 7 rounds to 1 at the very end,
Attackers need to locate and defuse
at least
bombs.
it hasn't gone all the way to 7-0 as your PTSD flashbacks were given to you. Anyway. Quick flick down does show that the likes of Black Angels will now be holding on the top floor, going back to the kids' dorms and main dorms. Trying to give this one a go. And because you guys requested it so politely, here you are. Here is your scoreboard so far. Cairo going big for the likes of...
10 seconds to insertion.
Excuse me, going big for the likes of Vortex Gaming. Click, Game On. I've also picked up a few kills here and there, but Unflickable and Inspector Batty once again lagging behind excuse me, a little bit. Inspector Batty hopefully can pick up a few more kills as we progress on, because I will get a sub out of it. However, though, Kinks is doing me proud on the likes of Black Angel's side. 5 kills to his name so far, the same as Not God, though, at the moment. Kaylee, a Psycho, also on 4, doing bits. Federico maybe lagging a little bit behind, but not too badly, knowing that overall he has the same combined kills as Unflickable and Inspector Batty after 5 rounds played. And he's only 1 man, not 2. So there you go. Elemental, the OG roster was amazing, but if we didn't shout at each other, we would have done better. Fair enough. Shouting people not going as... can't even tell what you're saying there. Anyway, the attic wall has been opened very quickly and very easily by the likes of the Vortex Gaming team. They're now going to be contesting onto here, but we do see Federico playing his shield at the moment with SMG11 in hand. We do see once again though the frost being bought and 1 map being placed at the attic drop. Hopefully that will pick up 1 person. The other ones, possibly having been placed in the closet, have been spotted and shot at, and now the thermite being used to open up the closet wall. Kaylee is playing super close, so loses that gunfight to Game On. The opening pick going the way of Vortex Gaming. That was a very cheeky pick to be collecting up for Game On. Somehow Kaylee managing to lose that gunfight completely. Game On now eventually decides to shoot out that Wamai disc. Hopefully, of course, allowing him to throw these flashes through. They do land. The Wamai is flashed as Game On now decides to push in. Doesn't quite manage to land shots on to the likes of the Jaeger. Psycho playing in. Game On now going for the plan. Cairo has pushed up aggressively and is trying to get the likes of Not God playing on the head glitch. However, the shots don't land. Click does. Someone finally falls to that Frostman. Not God getting another one. A triple for Not God. And Game On fell as well. Now it's all down to It's Click in now in a 2v1. Just playing outside, waiting for the defuse to go down. The repel sound has been made though. He does pop up, trying to push him off. It does manage to get the down onto Kinks directly on the diffuser. But oh no! What happened here? Not God. Where did that C4 go? That was the worst time ever to get a suicide. What the hell happened there? Not God, left on the tiniest bit of health, tries to go for the cheeky C4 kill on the repelling ash, but unfortunately the C4 lands in just the wrong location and blows himself up, gifting Vortex an easy victory there since they had the plant down. My goodness, what on earth happened there from the likes of Not God after getting a triple? How? What? I am so confused. I am so confused. Anyway, as we do now head into the second half, both teams now swapping sides. Possibly Krusty. If you want to, feel free to clip it. Feel free to clip it. Clip it! It's clippable! Clip it! Anyway, we do now see both of these teams swapping onto their alternative sides. Vortex Gaming now going on the defense, and we now do see the likes of Black Angel swapping onto the offense. The site of choice being the basement, starting out for the likes of Vortex Gaming. A very standard site to be picked, so we'll have to see exactly how this one works out for them. Instantly though, we do spot that there is no smoke in play, and as I say, that Inspector Batty does instantly reinforce off that elbow position. That will not be a position that the Vortex Gaming will play on this round. They may bring it out later on. We'll just have to wait and see. The Goyo being bought though to give 2 shields to his team. Of course, no other shields being bought. Where those 2 shields will be played is yet to be seen, although one of them does appear to be around the pillar position. The second one is also being played on the little laundry side room, allowing, of course, a player to play around that onto the laundry angle, but also looking through on into freezer. Not too much in the way of roaming coming out from Vortex. We do see, though, It's Click going for a very off-site roam, currently sat in the very bottom of Small Tower. Meanwhile, though, we do see the likes of Black Angels pushing all the way over on the big tower side. This is going to be where they're going to start their attack from. 2 players droning out as now the Thermite starts pushing in. Already, though, we have an entry from Psycho. Will he be able to pick up an early frag onto this one? Will the rear stage push work out a lot better for the side of Black Angels than we saw for the likes of Vortex? Or will Vortex be able to take apart the side of Black Angels on this rear stage push as easily as Black Angels were able to do to Vortex when they equally pushed it themselves? Click, though, being the only member of his team currently on the roam, still sat all the way out in the small tower, just biding his time, waiting for a late round flank, maybe could come in crucial. Meanwhile, though, the remaining members of the Vortex Gaming team are sat at the bottom. There's C4 being cooked out by Cairo, this time not blowing himself up, as now the hatch is being opened from the meeting. The Hibana being bought to, of course, only use 2 of those pellets to get that meeting hatch open. And now we start seeing Click making his way slowly back from the small tower position, just trying to, of course, pick up anybody in the process, but making his way back slowly, maybe expecting a bit of a roam. But currently all the members of Black Angels are situated down in this bottom northeast corner of the map in the big tower. The Zofia and the Hibana are now peeling off to start pushing into the blue bunker. Exactly how they're going to do this. There's not too much facing them at the moment. Of course, the Hibana could actually push on into site and get control nice and easily. And already the Nomad's just dropped. Kaylee's in, gets the early only pick onto Game On. Flash looking at the wall. Now trying to get a bit more aggro. C4 being cooked out, being thrown through. Doesn't manage to collect anybody. Flash is going through instead. Just trying to burn off any ADS and also see if they can find the head of the players inside. Shots coming out from Kaylee. Doesn't quite manage to find the Goyo. Pushing up further. The Nomad knocks the Goyo on his arse. A double kill for Kaylee as he now runs in to go for default plant spot. Not God though. It's Click who's just dropped from the hatch. Gets himself a double, but instantly then reflagged by Kaylee. Kaylee gets himself a... What's going on here? Inspector Batty with another kill. It's now a 2v2 situation. Federico now has to cover. Manages to pick up Unflickable on the long hallway. Zofia of Psycho, though, has pushed in deep and is now going for the plant. Inspector Batty's now left in a 1v2 situation. Sees the planter. Lands the shots. Misses Federico, though. And Federico, with the final kill, secures another round for Black Angels. Goodness me, what the fuck happened there? Oh my goodness. That was just like an explosion of everything. An explosion of everything. Click with almost the perfect flank coming in there, getting himself, I believe, a double if not a triple kill. And then leading on from that, of course, just kills falling left, right and centre, one team after another. Eventually, though, Black Angels were able to find their feet, start forcing that plant down, and of course the good cover coming out from the likes of Federico was able to finally secure that final kill onto Inspector Batty. Left, unfortunately, in a 1v1, went to shoot the planter, maybe should have tried to shoot the person that was aiming at his head, but unfortunately in that situation he didn't have much choice. Maybe a little closer, of course, to the clock hitting 0, that would have been a win for Inspector Batty, but unfortunately for him today, he was just able to get the kill, and unfortunately wasn't able to secure out that round, which now puts Black Angels ahead 5 rounds to 2. Certainly not looking very favourable for Vortex Gaming, but so far from these 2 maps that we have seen, they have been able to go on a couple of runs here and there. They did go for 3 rounds on a row on their attacking side on Chalet. Can they pull one of these runs out their back pocket right now? As a run of 3 round wins would see them drawing now nicely with Black Angels and bring this game into a very close conclusion. However, though, if Black Angels continue their strong form, able to win out these gunfights, win out these very dire situations at the very end, where it maybe looks like it's all over, they're just able to bring themselves back from it time and time again. Of course, eventually able to bring themselves forward and hopefully, of course, bring themselves through to the victory on this one, which would see them winning 2 maps out of this best of 3 and securing themselves that first semi-final position. An aggressive angle being played here by Cairo does eventually fall off as tries not to contest the balcony angle with the shotgun. The sausage is not that good at that range. Also, so far, Kinks is not doing me proud. Kinks, you need to get some more kills. Same for Inspector Batty. I want a sub out of all of this. Anyway, the aggression now coming out from the likes of Black Angels will be towards that big tower. What is going on here? Click runs out, manages to get a kill onto Kaylee. But instantly the refrag coming out from Federico drops from the armory window and just pre-fires through the garage wall and claims that. Not quite sure. Maybe a bit too much aggression coming out from Click, but of course that does get rid of Kaylee nice and early. The Nomad is down, and after not having been able to use any of those Nomad jabs does mean, of course, that the flanks might not be as safe as they would like. However, with all 4 remaining members of Vortex Gaming playing on Insight, it might not actually prove very useful to them. Elemental calls for frags but does not receive. I know, it's really bad. Game On though manages to get himself a cheeky little headshot all the way across onto Federico, evening the number, well, putting the numbers back in Vortex Gaming's favour. Certainly helping them in this one. The closet wall has now been opened though, and of course some more aggression coming out here. Not God landing a bit of damage onto Game On, not being fully able to do it. Shotgun though from Cairo, super close up. Manages to take out Psycho playing below. Game On gets himself another one, shouldn't have swapped away. I missed the kill. And finally Kinks is left in a 1v4. What shall we see from Kinks? Can something special come out now? This is exactly the round that we need him to get a 4K if I'm going to get a sub. We'll just see how well he plays this one right here. The Cat can playing slightly aggro in the closet. He has 60 seconds left on the clock, so Kinks doesn't have to maybe go too quickly on this one. He does flick onto Unflickable, tries to land the shots, but a close range shotgun, the sausage, absolutely slaps Ash in the face with that one, taking him out of that round and securing another round for Vortex Gaming. Very well played. The sausage though at that range proving absolutely deadly, and as we saw maybe a little bit of a disrespect coming out there from the side of Cairo, swapping onto his pistol right there and quickly trying to draw an L on the wall. However, the game isn't over yet, so we'll just have to wait and see what the final result on this one is. Only 2 rounds required before we hit the overtime on the side of Black Angels for them to secure the win on this game and see them win this quarter-final and take themselves straight through to the semi. However, as we've just seen from Vortex, they have what it takes. If they can maybe get a bit more fire under their arses, as you might say, they can hopefully try and carry this momentum that they've now started to gain from this first defensive round victory and carry this through to bring the scoreline a lot closer. At that point, they may then be able to force their way forward, of course, continue fighting, continue pushing, and maybe even be able to win out this second map. If we do see Vortex winning on this second map, we will go to a third. That one will be Coastline, but there's a lot of siege to be played yet before we get to that point. So we'll just have to wait and see how this one plays out. Yeah, for some reason, there's a glitch sometimes when I'm spectating, Krusty, to answer your question, where it shows, for some reason, just one random person who's in the lobby when they were using voice chat. It just sticks, it gets stuck for some reason. Maz's phone is dead, but he's still here watching somehow. Big up, Maz. A rear stage big tower push is where we are going to be seeing Black Angels starting their ingress into the building. Is that the right way around, or is it egress? Egress? Anyway, a quick shout out. Thank you very much, Team ATP, for the follow, my dude. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for enjoying the content, and thank you very much for dropping a follow. It's greatly appreciated, my dude. The likes of Kinks is already watching onto the rear stage stairs as Kaylee is aggressively pushed in to pop down a Nomad. This time not getting quickly taken out by the likes of Click. No opportunity for Click to do a very aggressive run out. This time, though, he is playing aggressively. Aggressive is the word of the day for Click, currently playing in the likes of Blue Bunker. Shot so coming out onto the Blue Bunker door. He's going to slowly swing it, but will the member of Black Angels Gaming be in that Black Angels Esports, sorry, be in that position? No, it's Sophia playing close by the generator. Click pushes down, fires a few bullets, not able to find anybody just yet. And currently, oh my goodness, Psycho! Psycho just swings the angle. He's an absolute psycho. And manages to cleanly take the head off Click, completely removing him from this one. Use the drone to quickly check, and once again, they are not, the side of Vortex are not playing that elbow position. There's a Maestro cam watching at the bottom of pillar, but the Goya shield has now been taken care of. That's quite a lot of utility that's already been gone down. So it does look like the push is going to be coming out from this direction. Cairo, though, does take a little bit damage from location, as we do now see the lights of the Black Angels teams beginning to push down here. Holding a close angle, though, on the long hall door. Cairo is just waiting to swing onto the pillars angle as the rest of Black Angels pushes. If only the members of the Black Angels team knew how close he was. Shots coming through from the Bandit, not quite being able to land as the Thermite opens up the E-box wall. C4 being thrown out, doesn't manage to get any damage or claim onto anybody from the Black Angels side. Where in God's green earth is Kinks? There he is, he's still above. Not really getting in on this gunfight at the moment, just waiting around, maybe dropping Hatcher instead, deciding to push down the laundry stairs. Cairo, though, is able to pick up another, collecting the head onto, I believe that was Federico. Collects himself another, this time onto Psycho, gets himself a double, bringing Vortex Gaming back into this one very easily. Kinks has now dropped, and Inspector Batty takes good care of him nice and early on. Callie does get down, though, as she tries to push into E-box. Cairo manages to pick up that kill. He's now on a triple. Can he go for the quad? Onto the final remaining member of Black Angels. Not God, left in a very undesirable situation. 10 seconds left on the clock and 4 people to kill. He manages to down the Goyo. Shots fired out. Doesn't manage to quite get onto the bandit. And with 4 seconds left, runs in with his pistol out. Expects him low. Kills the bandit. Swings in. Not able to find the final 2 remaining members of Vortex. And there you go, another defensive round win for Vortex Gaming. 1 more round and they will be equal with Black Angels. The comeback is on, ladies and gentlemen. Vortex Gaming have lit a fire under their asses and they are going for this second map victory. If they can carry themselves through to the victory, it will mean that we go to a third map. That one will be Coastline. An interesting fight between these 2 teams will probably come out on a map such as Coastline, but of course we're not there yet. Maybe Black Angels can push a little bit further forward and maybe of course get this victory right here right now to see themselves straight through to the semis, but Vortex Gaming are not going down without a fight, and that's exactly what they're doing so far, having just put 2 rounds on the board, one after another. A third one will tie them equal with the Black Angels round score so far. Can they do it? Let's keep watching, ladies and gentlemen, and we will find out.
To locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
The site being chosen now that 2 rounds have been won for the Vortex Gaming team will be that of Kitchen and Dining, the more usual third site being picked by them here. Of course, as I said earlier, Black Angels do for some reason seem to prefer their Meeting and Kitchen. But here we go, the complete opposite being the case for the Vortex Gaming side, as they do prefer the Dining and Kitchen site. Exactly how they're going to be holding this one remains to be seen. They have bought the castle, so maybe a standard castle hold. Of course, castle barricades being used to hold off certain choke points and allow certain rotates for the team, but also block off certain entry points. Whether that will be put in place will remain to be seen. I did just read that White Viper, but I'm not reading it out on stream. That's just going to stay in chat. I'll let you say it in chat, but I'm not saying it out loud. Wow, White Viper. Wow. Wow. I read them all. I'm just not going to answer them. Anyway, it does look like Small Tower is going to be the entry point for the likes of Black Angels, although 1 member currently is missing. Where exactly are they? Are they already in sight? No, it's the Thermite pushing in upstairs. They're going to be doing the vertical opening here, using the Thermite by the looks of it on the soft floor above in the small tower, right here. Right where I'm looking, by that ladder. If it's placed on that location, it will open the top part of this wall, even if it is bandited. Alternatively, they could, of course, go above and get the bandits off through the soft floor that exists here, but, of course, that's a slightly riskier play to go there. The Ash now, though, of Psycho is beginning to push on in with the rest of his team behind, as they're now trying to get rid of the player on the shield in the showers. Cairo does take a butt ton of damage in that engagement as shots now come out from Game On, playing on the Legion aggressively on the door. Psycho now left on about 10 hit points, not exactly the position he wanted to be in. Psycho swings the anger though, does manage to eventually get the kill onto Unflickable at the long range. Just about winning that gunfight. And the smoke has now been pushed off of the showers position. Kaylee pushes up and applies a Nomad so that, of course, the showers corridor cannot be swung. A quick cheeky flick there from Kaylee. Collects head of Click, who pushed up aggressively on into sight. Kinks gets himself another one. Cairo falls on elsewhere on the map, and now it's a 2v5 situation. Game On is still stuck in a very undesirable situation against this soft wall in the dining hall. Inspector Batty, though, is stuck further back all the way in the kitchen position. Using the iron sights right here, might be able to collect a few heads, but Drone's coming in, spotting out his exact location, who will swing him. Game On does manage to pick up one, but an instant refrag coming out from Kinks does manage to get him. It's now a 1v4 once again for Inspector Batty. Can he clutch this one out? Kinks going for the plant. C4 being ripped, but it lands on the edge of the door frame and gets shot out eventually. The plant being forced by Kinks close on the door. And now the aggression coming out of Black Angels. Federico eventually able to take out Inspector Batty. Round number 10 going in favour of Black Angels, and they currently find themselves on match point. I'm answering your fans, White Viper. Or answering my fans. No, fuck, I cocked that up massively. What is the difference, Krusty? I'm not going to read that out, but tell me the difference in chat. You might get banned if it's really bad, though. There's so much going on in chat right now, I kind of don't want to look at it. But what I do want to look at right now is Black Angels on the cusp of taking map number 2 and securing themselves once again, continuing their undefeated title heading into the semi-finals if they're able to win this second map. It's still going to be a close one though, as now Vortex Gaming will head back to some of the sites that they have played the strongest. Firstly, starting with the top floor on the 2 bunks room. Wow! 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 I'm not going to read that out so I don't get banned, but it was a good joke. I understand it. Vortex better win or Aiden likes men. That is the claim that's come out from Tillion T. So there we go. Anyway, I just want to say a quick thank you to everybody who's tuning in today. So far we have you watching. Thank you very much. This is probably one of my highest viewerships so far. I'm glad you are all enjoying today's game. Certainly these two teams are putting on a hell of a show right now, and that's exactly what we want to see from these ones. Click is currently playing in the Armory once again, and we do see Cali on the rappel. Will he go for such a ballsy run out this time? And will he be able to collect the Cali this time, though, without dying? Or Kaylee, as I like to say it. Not God, though, pushing in on the top Armory window, just trying to see if he can find enemy. Drones maybe coming out, alerting the Black Angels team to the presence of Click on in the site there. Nobody walking across just at the moment. Flashes out coming in from the likes of Kaylee. Maybe do now flash the lights of Jaeger, but Click, deciding to play this slightly more passively, is able to find the head of Kaylee, but swinging onto the top Armory window. Not God gets the instant refrag straight on back. Now falling off the roof, Not God, that was maybe not the plan that he wanted to. The Zofia now pushing on deeper in, Kinks pushing into the closet, just trying to see if there's anybody below playing in Classroom. No one at the moment. But he is now safely on in closet, deciding exactly what to do. Now takes a trophy. Does see the cap can just in time. I believe, though, that was actually taken out by the likes of Not God from the window. A long angle being held by Unflickable, though, all the way back in the far end of Attic. Federico has now got the closet open. This time wins the gunfight against Cairo. Once again, bringing that shotgun. The headshot coming out from Federico does manage to win out that gunfight eventually, and now left in a 4v3. It's not looking very good for Vortex, but as I say that, Inspector Batty pops off with the SMG-11, collecting Federico. He was on about 10 health, so it didn't take much to knock him down, but that's exactly what they needed, bringing this one back 3 men versus 3. Game on, though, almost getting picked off here by the likes of Not God, playing at the top of the Armory stairs. Does manage to get a cheeky angle onto him, being left on 10 now. Kingso takes the head completely off Inspector Batty. Game on, though, wins that angle versus Not God. Prefaz coming out does mean that Kinks takes out Game on. He's now going for the plant. Psycho's covering from the silver bunk position, just baiting out the bandit at the moment. Unflickable now left in a 1v2. Can he do this? Everything on the line right now for the Vortex team. If Unflickable loses this one right here, right now, they will be making it to the loser bracket, making it no further in the competition. They will go no further than the quarterfinals. As I say that, Psycho swings from the Attic rotate, and Black Angels take map number 2, securing themselves the undefeated title as they secure themselves the first semi-final spot. A bloody good game between both of these teams today, though. Holy shit. Oh my goodness, and would you look at that? Oh no, Kings didn't top frag. He got 10 kills. Unfortunate, so unfortunate I won't be getting a sub from Joshua today. Thank you very much for that bet, though. Inspector Batty and Unflickable not happy with their performances in this one. Drop out the lobby straight away, but great congratulations to both of these teams for giving us such a good best of 3 today. Unfortunately, we didn't see the third map, as Black Angels were able to clinch out the victory on both the first and the second map. But here we are. Black Angels have secured themselves then that semi-final position. A very big congratulations to them. Vortex Gaming, though, will get another chance at a best of 3 to maybe redeem themselves somewhat and claim themselves securely the fourth position within the league. The loser of tomorrow's game, Paradox versus Counteract, will face off against Vortex Gaming in a loser's bracket. That game, as I say, will be used to decide who falls in 5th position and who falls in 4th position. Of course, it just gives the playoff teams another game to play through. Gives us some more exciting siege to watch before, of course, this season is over. Anyway, how is everybody this evening? Just let's have a quick chat in chat. How is everybody? There we go. Black Angels wins. For all of you lovely people who have put your money on Black Angels, congratulations. For all of those who have put their money on Vortex winning that second map, though, condolences also go to the Vortex team. Thank you very much, Carlo. If you are in chat, I've just seen your message on Discord. Greatly appreciate it, my dude. There we go. Anyway, just having a quick read through. Elemental, your voice is soothing. Fuck me. Well, I'm certainly not going to do the fucking, but thank you. I'm glad you find my voice quite soothing. I'm glad you all enjoy my voice this evening, evidently, because there are still 23 of you just watching me waffle. But yes, to summarise for all of you who have joined in and watched today's stream, thank you everybody, of course, for dropping by today. So thank you very much for tuning in and of course giving me such a high viewership. I greatly appreciate it. Of course, if anybody hasn't dropped me a follow yet, then dropping me one would be greatly appreciated. It certainly helps me out and, like I say, just brings in a better community. So there's plenty of you talking in chat when these games are going on, but also I can talk to you guys when we do have a few sort of off moments and whatnot. Anyway, though, today's game we did see the first of the quarterfinals for the ERSL. This saw Vortex Gaming take on Black Angels Esports. The first game came down to overtime. It was played on Chalet. Both teams fighting backwards and forwards, finishing the first split 3-3 and finishing the second split 6-6, taking us into the overtime. Eventually, though, Black Angels were able to get the 2 rounds in a row that they needed in the overtime to secure themselves that first game win on Chalet, winning it 8-6. Very well played from both teams, though. It was very close towards the end. The second map we went to today was Oregon. A quick roster swap unfortunately saw Krusty having to drop out and Click coming in instead. He did do his part, but maybe a couple of other members of the team unfortunately didn't quite have the game that they required to see them through, as eventually Black Angels would win out the second map as well. 7-4, securing themselves, as I said earlier, the undefeated title so far, which they also share with the likes of Rebel Nation Shadow, who currently sit in the top spot of the league. But also they secure themselves the first spot in the semi-finals. Vortex Gaming, though, due to this loss, do still have one more game to play. That will be the losers bracket that will be played at some point next week between the loser of this quarterfinal and the loser of tomorrow's quarterfinal. Speaking of which, tomorrow's quarterfinal will see Counteract take on Paradox Gaming at 7 o'clock, streamed over on Joshua's channel. For those of you that haven't dropped a follow already, I certainly know that Joshua dropped a link in the chat earlier. If he's still around, feel free to drop another one, Joshua, so that everybody can go and drop you a follow. So, of course, when you go live with the game tomorrow, they can all tune in and watch what is likely going to be another close game, just like the one that you saw today. And we will see whether Counteract will make it through to the semis, or whether Paradox will able to take them out and push themselves into the semis. All remains to be seen. Anyway, though, after the semis are played and the playoffs, the winner of the semi, of course, will go through into the grand final. The grand final will take place on Sunday, the 4th of April, so put it in your diaries. Not 100% sure on the timing of that just yet, but I will let you guys know as soon as I do. And that will be a best of 3 between RNS and the winner of the semi-final. As well as that, though, we do have some extra streams that will be going on over the next few weeks. We do have a Captain's Show match, which will be occurring on Saturday, the 3rd of April, casted by the always wonderful Conch Casts at around 3 p.m. GMT. And that will be all of the captains, or basically a member from each of the teams that has currently took part in the Season 1 of this league, battling it out on classic maps with classic operators in a best of 3 fight to see which team captains are really the best. Which team captains are just there for show, which one's taking all the glory, and which ones actually carry their team to victory. We'll just have to wait and see, but be sure to tune into that one. It is like to be an absolute barrel of laughs. After that, though, after the final is played on Sunday, the 4th of April, there will be a awards event where we give out some awards for like best plays of the season, best whiffs of the season. Any clips that you guys may or may not submit will of course be looked at, and we will vote on all of them, and people will get a shout out on that one. I believe myself and Connor will be running that at the time. We'll also go through some stats, see who of course has got the highest kills this season, who's got the highest KD, who's got the highest cost, most plants, most deaths, all that fun stuff. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, be sure to come over and check that stream out. More details will be announced as time goes by. Anyway, I've waffled enough this evening. It's almost 10:30. I should probably be going to bed because I'm absolutely shattered. But thank you everybody once again for tuning in tonight. I want to give a great shout out to everybody that's followed this evening. I see you all there. Thank you firstly to Julian PO4, thank you very much. Joshua, of course, earlier for raiding the channel. Irish Cormac 69, thank you for the follow earlier as well. Team ATP, thank you very much as well. And most recently, 2 minutes ago, excuse me, Simon Florita03, thank you very much. All of you for the follow. Thank you for joining the Elementals, and hopefully I will catch you on a stream at some point in the not too distant future. Anyway, though, for now, just going to have a quick look through the chat. See if there's anything that I missed, any messages that you guys want to pick up. No, nothing at the moment. So, without further ado, I'm going to wind things down here for you guys. Thank you ever so much once again for all of you tuning in this evening. Certainly been a great run of matches. That Chalet game was one to remember. Anyway, I hope you will stick around and watch out for both Season 1 and Season 2, and of course stick with us through the rest of the playoffs, hopefully, of course, finishing off with an amazing game between RNS and the victors of the semi-final. But for now, I'm going to sign off and leave all you lovely people to go and enjoy your weekend. Hope you have a wonderful evening, and I will catch you all on the flip side. Ciao for now, everybody.